there was an idea.
To bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they need us, we could fight the battle.
That they never could.
This is the Stadia Initiative. Welcome to episode 6 entitled Are You Ready, Kids? Of the Stadia Initiative. Today's date is June 26, 2020. It's another lovely Friday night. And you might notice if you're watching with us, there's only 3 people with me. One person is in the queue. He's just refilling his beverage. And then the other individual, he'll be here in just a few moments. But let's welcome the cast that is currently present at this exact moment. Germani, also known as 64. How are you, friendo?
Pretty good. Been having a good time. How you been, guys? How you been?
Oh, even better now that I've seen you guys. Eddie, how have you been, friend?
I'm doing great, Brian. Good to see everybody. It has been long 2 weeks. A lot of things happened.
It has, absolutely. And Meg, how has your week been?
It's been fantastic. Thank you. And yeah, Eddie's right. A lot has happened since the last time we all got together. So it should be a good episode.
Yes, definitely been looking forward to it. So just to kind of give you an idea, the other 2 missing as Eddie cracks open his... Wait, do that again. What do you got in your hand?
How am I going to crack them 2 times?
I didn't say to crack it, but just show. We're twins. Nice.
Oh, nice.
But why? Sir.
Yeah. Chase is refilling his beverage, and then MM2K will be with us shortly. But yeah, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. Unfortunately, someone says they can't hear me or hear someone.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's weird because StreamYards handle all of this.
That's what I was thinking. But if I don't know who they can't hear specifically, let me just turn up on my audio here.
I think he's saying like, I can't hear you, like to get everybody hyped.
No, it's the Are You Ready, Kids? This is a SpongeBob thing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I put it in there.
Ooh, no.
Wow. Okay. So back at it again. Here we are. This is episode number 6, as I already said. It's Are You Ready, Kids?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
That'll be the first thing we talk about once we get into the what we have been playing aspect of the podcast here. Chase must be pouring a very tall drink because like 10 minutes ago, he was going to go pour a drink.
Yeah.
So let's start off with what... God, I can't believe I did not catch that. That is awesome. All right. What have you guys been playing? Germani, I'll start it off with you. A lot of new games have come out recently, whether it's been Stadia, Nintendo 64, whatever the hell you've been playing lately. What have you been playing?
Nintendo 64 had new games?
Sure, why not?
I know, right? I'm like, really?
The Wii just got a new game, so you never know.
Is it another Just Dance?
Yes.
It is?
No, it's actually something else. I'll look it
okay.
up, but I just saw that a new game.
Because I know they were getting those for a while. Like,
yeah. So we've been playing Germani. Oh, by the way, Mr. Stark has finally arrived with his drink.
Hey, there he is.
Sorry, I was running behind the perfect. I didn't have the perfect pour, so you know.
well, gotta finish that one.
That messed up.
Start it again.
Start over. No, you're still wasting it. No, I've been playing The Last of Us 2. Obviously, I talked a lot about how going to be getting a console just for that. I'm playing it really slow, by the way. I'm playing on the the Survivor difficulty.
Oh.
It's slow and gruesome, but it's a lot of fun. I love it. I'm having a great time with that. But also, Meg would know about this. Astroneer finally came out with their automation update that I've been talking a lot about. I know, Chase, you were interested because of how the building and stuff like that. With the automation, it's gotten a lot more streamlined, but it's on a whole nother level now because you have to really think about how you want to lay out your base or whatever, how you want to run your operation. And it's just sucked me completely and even take me from The Last of Us 2.
Weren't you, and not to interrupt, but weren't you saying that the whole purpose that automation would be like the next level or the next big thing for the game is because you could go into a separate world or separate area and basically your home base is doing everything that you need it to do and you're not having to physically be there, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could, and it's literally logic based. You can set up an entire work line and everything, all kind of stuff. It's just a matter of literally figuring it out, how you would do it. And you could make it however you want, but that's been a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of stuff in that. So yeah, those have been my main 2 games, honestly. No Stadia, sorry, but yeah.
Kidding.
Oh, and Animal Crossing with the family.
There you go. So are you going to change your channel to an Astroneer only channel?
Well, I only stream it every Monday, so
It just starts with one day, and then never mind. Eddie, what have you been playing?
All right. Like 64, I have put it 24 hours into The Last of Us 2. I finished the story. What a wonderful game. But different from 64, I didn't play on the highest difficulty because I just want to beat the game. So
that's second playthrough material.
I rush it with everything. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to do just a rush on the story so I can get this thing finished.
Yeah.
And so I finished The Last of Us, a 24-hour. Then I got the opportunity to play Wave Break. And I'm looking forward to play more against Brian on that because I killed his cell. I killed him multiple times earlier today.
He was too scared to play the score attack, by the way.
Yeah, the score, I saw you doing combos that got me impressed. So good job. I got to practice a little bit more to do those combos. Yep. And I have been putting a few hours. I can say it. I cannot give details, but I've been putting a few hours in Crata.
I knew
it. Guys, coming soon next week.
You can say what game it is. It shows up in the profile, but I mean, you can't really divulge anything past that.
I logged in. It's funny. I logged in earlier this morning, and I was like, "What the?" and then I put 2 and 2 together. That okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been putting a few hours on Crata, and Monday you guys are gonna see more.
Oh, that's good.
Because can we reveal when we can do that? I don't see why we couldn't do that.
I would be very careful what you say, my friend.
Well, I mean, it's just like when. I mean,
no, yeah,
I think you probably can say when the embargo lifts. I think
that's
what
I was gonna say. That's what I said. There's an embargo, and then by Monday the embargo lifts.
Yep.
Okay,
and we are gonna be able to share more details.
At least it's at a normal time. Actually, it's even earlier than that. But I mean, Wave Break, the embargo was until 12 p.m. on Tuesday. Or my time, at least. That's weird.
Right.
So before we get to you, Meg, I'm sure you already answered this in the chat. Can you go play us a song on your piano back there?
Oh my God.
I can play a couple things. I said I can play for Elise.
What is that song? Isn't it "Play Us a Song from the Piano Man"? Isn't that it?
Close enough.
Yeah.
What have you been playing, Meg?
I'm surprised no one else said this. Elder Scrolls Online. I have been addicted to that game. I played it like almost every night, and it is so much fun. I've played a lot, but I'm still just getting into it and learning everything, and I'm still just a little baby, but it's really, really fun. So yeah, what are you guys doing? Get on Elder Scrolls. It's so fun.
I figured you already had experience with that game. So this is your first time playing it?
I played it a little bit on the PlayStation, but then I knew you couldn't transfer from PlayStation to Stadia. So when I heard it was coming out on Stadia, I was like, all right, I'm just going to wait. So it's been fun.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, about the piano, it just remember me. So The Last of Us, there's a part where Ellie gets the guitar and you can play chords. So there are a few videos already on the internet that people are playing as Ellie, but playing covers of other songs.
Different songs.
So I saw one like Johnny Cash. Looks amazing.
Nice.
Was it like Warframe where people could do that too? There was some game last year where someone making a crap load of covers from like a musical aspect of the game.
Gotta check that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really cool if you can find it. I'm going to tell a joke. I'm going to steal it from The Last of Us, but it doesn't really spoil anything. Why is eating a clock bad?
Say the joke again.
Why is eating a clock bad for you?
I've seen that already.
I know what it is, but yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
Because it's time consuming. Chase, what have you been playing?
Moving on.
Actually, this week, I didn't play a lot Monday and Tuesday because of that stupid 720p issue that was going on, which I have to be very careful because they haven't responded to me from Stadia that they've officially fixed it, but it appears to be fixed.
Because they found out you're a content creator.
I guess. But no, so Tuesday night is when I actually was able to get on and play with an excellent connection and not get booted off every like hour for whatever reason was going on. But so Elder Scrolls, like Meg, I have been putting in some pretty significant hours on that game. Love it. It is phenomenal. It has got so much depth. The lore is just phenomenal. Amazing lore. The depth and the game is just great. I also had the pleasure of getting early access for Wavebreak. Tomorrow, Eddie and I, hopefully at some point in the afternoon, are going to be doing a co-stream. So I plan to do that to give my take on the game. It's great, by the way. It takes all the elements of Tony Hawk, TDM, and just craziness all in one game. And it's got a 90s feel, which, you know, I love N64 style games. That's what it feels like. So it's a great game. And then the other game has been, I went back to it this week, is I actually jumped back into Destiny for a little bit, and the game has improved. I have to say they've actually fixed some things that were big issues for me, and I'm hopeful that when we get what is it? Not Beyond. Is it Beyond Light? Is that the one that's coming out this fall?
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that what we're seeing right now is it enhances. Like, they continue to make this move that they're making with, again, not forcing you to have to go crazy with. I almost feel like if I'm gone for 5 or 6 days, I'm left behind immediately. Like, you should be able to log into this game and basically catch up with where your friends are at. And then if you want to go back and catch up with all the other quests, you can. And it seems like they're starting to balance some of that stuff. So for that reason, I'm interested again in the game. So that's just my take.
There you go. I think it's kind of their plan, though. I mean, that's why we keep dropping new DLCs every quarter or every half year, whatever they end up doing. Because it got me to open it up again. So, I mean, but just like kind of the beginner people you're talking about, I'm kind of in that state where I just kind of stick to like Crucible, and that's about it. I don't really jump into the story elements, but I mean, it's because it's just so massive. There's just so much to do. You don't really know where to start. So, but for me, since sports may be on their way back, I've been playing a lot of 2K lately. Finally won a game last night. It's been a while. It's been rough, but a lot of Wavebreak 2. Took down Eddie a couple times. He took me down a couple times. It is what it is. And then, yeah, I mean, that's been pretty much it. I'm kind of like Chase. I haven't really been able to game too much this week, but those would have been my top 2. So it's been more games are coming, and it's kind of, it's a good problem to have. So we have all these pro games that we just can't do anything with, or at least me personally, because I am constantly busy, and they keep throwing like 6 or 7 games at us at a time. I won't be able to beat them all.
Monster Boy.
I'm still trying.
Dude, don't even talk about that game. God, Jesus.
Sorry, there's an agenda. No, there's an agenda on this show. Sorry, it's just because you said pro games and I remember out there. Sorry.
God, man.
Actually, you know what? I was trying to decide where we should exactly start because I want to wait for MM2K. I think we should just talk about I think it's the most recent. So the most recent news would be the This Week on Stadia blog, right? I'm going to go with that. Let's just go with that. So we can talk about the pro games now. So it's a good segue. Let's just do it, okay? Because you were so convincing, Eddie. There we go.
Monster Boy.
Monster Boy. Come on, pull up to the right size. That's better. That's better. So we have finally completed the Steam World Dig collection. I hope no one bought the first game because, well, you could have had them all for free. Sucks to be you. So, take that away. Let's get the ticker away too. So we got. By the way, we didn't get a chance to predict these. I was really hoping they'd wait until Monday so we could, offer chances here. But I figured they would have waited till the end of the week because it was just kind of like a top-heavy week in terms of news. Like most stuff happened at the beginning of the week, new releases, this. But we're getting SteamWorld Dig, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which is awesome. I didn't want to spend $25, and now I don't have to. What's the Loathing? Another game that was, I believe, 2 years ago on Steam, other places and stuff. It's been highly, highly regarded. And then something that everyone's been anticipating for quite a while now, and we got the official confirmation as to win a little while back, but this is Stadia finally saying it. It's Crata. Crata will officially launch on July 1st, Tuesday, right? Or is that Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Tuesday, isn't it?
No one knows.
Oh my God. I don't know. How many days are in July? I mean, June. Oh my God.
Wow. There's 30 in June. But yes, it'll be Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, if it was 31, it'd be Thursday. So we'd all been wrong.
Tuesday, Wednesday, tomato.
Meg's like, we need an official statement right now.
Does it really? No. So off the bat, we did know Credo was going to be a pro game back during the last Connect. So we'll set it aside for now. Of the 3 other games, which game excites you the most? Chase, I'll start with you since you seem very animated about Monster Boy. is that your go-to pick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, and you know what's amazing? Eddie really did a good job breaking this down. And it's exactly how I feel about it. Think about all these indie games that we've gotten. When you go to Metacritic, they're all either 8, 9, or 10 out of 10s.
Yep.
They are not like just random indie titles. These are like the best of the best that exist out there. West of Loathing has a really good rating. I think it's a 9 out of 10, Eddie. Am I right? It's up there.
10 out of 10.
Well, there you go. So, I mean, these are really good games. Monster Boy is one I've wanted to play for a while, and I'm really excited to get a chance to play that one. I'll probably say West of Loathing is the second one. Mm-hmm. I mean, Crate is a given. I'd want to play it, but it's not like I really, really want to play Monster Boy. I'm excited about it.
So you mentioned indie games on Stadia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's this article about? You remember this article? This awful article that Stadia does not, cater to indie devs. So there's proof. We told you.
Yeah. The media decided that they wanted to,
Let's say, Ben Gilbert, your article didn't age well.
Well, let's find out if he did any kind of corrections here, because I'm sorry, I'm going way off topic here. Nope, no corrections. Okay, that's what I thought. Meg, what game are you excited for?
Well, I would say that I'm most excited for Crata, but I kind of agree that's a given because we knew that was coming, so I've been like excited for that for a while. So of the 3 that were kind of like surprise, West of Loathing definitely is. I've got my eye on. I think it looks really quirky and funny. Monster Boy, I don't know. I'll watch you guys play it, and then I'll decide if I'm going to get into it or not. And the Steam World games are not for me. I tried them the first couple, and then I was like, nah. So definitely Crata and West of Loathing, I'm going to be playing for sure.
Platformer's not your thing?
No, not at all.
Couldn't tell. Eddie, which game are you looking for?
All right, so July 1st, I'm probably going to go straight up with Monster Boy. Mm-hmm. For me, it's a looks like a great platformer that I'll probably be playing on my phone, if that makes sense. Like
perfect.
It looks like perfect phone game to be playing while you are hanging out on your phone. So that's gonna be the title I'm gonna be playing on July 1st, and then a little bit of West of Loathing and Crata start already to develop some stuff. And when I mean stuff, it's like I'm literally doing sketches of maps.
Oh wow!
And see, okay, what I'm gonna do. So first, I'm planning to then start drawing on Crata.
There you go.
Nice.
I mean, that game appears like it could have some like game-changing elements to it, not to be, pun intended there, but
right.
Like there's some really freaking creative people out there, and you give them the tools like this, it's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to what people will come up with for sure. Exactly. So Germani, what game were you looking most forward to of the new announcements here?
Yeah, definitely Monster Boy, being the most the game I'm most excited about. Yeah, West of Loathing, definitely the humor that we saw. Like we were reading about it. I remember Chase was reading the description of the game, and it had me damn near in tears with the stuff that they were talking about, in the game, So that game definitely looks like a lot of fun. And it's turn-based RPG, actually, right? Isn't it a turn-based RPG? Yeah, I think it's actually turn-based action. So that looks
turn-based platformer.
It's definitely turn
stuff that Meg does not like.
Right. So I'm definitely excited to see Meg play this. So
yeah,
but that looked really interesting to me. I think the combat system is gonna be pretty cool. And then SteamWorld Dig, I'm definitely not like excited about it. It's been around for a while, but I did like the second one, so I'll definitely give it a shot. Because I like the second one. And of course, Creator. We all know Creator is gonna be incredible, and we're all looking forward to it.
So You're spot on, man. It's a turn-based platform RPG, so 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, West Loathing looks really interesting. You know, great gameplay style, and then that humor. I think it's gonna be probably one of the bigger hits between the three outside of Crata. Yeah, low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right now a timed exclusive.
Which one was that? West Loathing?
I'm sorry, Crata. I'm talking about Crata now.
Okay.
I mean, they've talked about possibly bringing it to other platforms, of course, but can you even see something like Crata showing up on an actual home console due to the coding elements of it? Or do you think they'd have to have like keyboard?
Well, let me ask you this: it's exclusive to Stadia from any platform right now, right?
It's timed exclusive.
So then it may just be coming to PC, because it was initially being shown to be a PC exclusive prior to Google snapping it up. So it may just turn up on PC.
Go ahead, Chase.
No, I mean that is a really expansive game to be trying to throw onto a console. I mean, I just don't know that that's realistic, to be fair. I mean, and we're not just talking like a Fortnite type of situation, because there's limits, right, in Fortnite. You're talking.
You're not really building much in that. I mean, you could look at something like a Halo Forge. But Crate is like a next level.
Well, you can though. I mean, in Fortnite,
not to that degree though. Like, you're actually coding in this game. You're opening up.
I'm sorry, Meg. I realize you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fortnite has a creative mode, which really does remind me of Crata, but the basic mode. So with Crata, there's like a basic where you can use controller, but then to go into advanced, you have to have keyboard and mouse. And Fortnite creative is a lot like Crata in the basic mode. Not as detailed, but it's the same idea. But Crata is way more in depth, but it is really similar in the kind of things you can build and the kind of assets you can like put together.
Right.
Yeah, as I think it was Andy Morphs who said, but I completely agree. If you want to compare with something, compare with Roblox, because they even use the same kind of the same coding language, which is called Lua, and the approach is the same, because you go and you create games inside Roblox and then you publish your game. So create is the same thing. You go create your game and then your game is published and anyone could access it.
I was just going to add into this is that eventually they've talked about, Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong, in some of the developer videos, that they want to have the ability to have 20, 30, maybe 40 people working on an environment at one time. And there's no way you're going to be able to do that on a console. And even on a PC, you're pushing the limits. Like, I mean, that's really pushing the limits. So
did they say that 20, 30 people, really?
Eddie, I thought they had said they wanted to be up in the 20, like 20.
Actually, currently it's 20.
Wow.
You can have 20 people coding or programming a word around you at the same time. And but they're looking forward to expand that thing as well, because the 20, it's the number of people who can be coding, but actually also can be playing one game at that time. So like, there are a few games that they demoed already on their videos, and there are a few games who are like it's a 4-player multiplayer. There are games that are 20-player multiplayer.
Oh, okay. Because I was always I wasn't sure what the total number of players at any instance would be. So total 20 is the highest number.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
There's one game in which they demoed a video called Huddle for Warmth. Which is based in Canada, the game, because you gotta huddle for warmth. But anyway, okay. After this bad joke, returning to you, Brian.
All right. No, that's fine. Scrolling down, we got some new sales coming up. Actually, we'll talk about Wave Break later, because it's going to... Did I? I don't remember. You think I would be better at this. I'm not. New releases. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. So new sales have come out. Does any of these sales interest you guys? Did any of you guys pick up any of the games that were on sale? Any new DLC that you guys picked up?
No, I still haven't checked out all the pro games from June. So now July is here. So I know I haven't bought anything.
There you go.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I have too many.
Got everything that I want at this point, and they've been throwing all these pro games at us too. So it's just like, man, I'm set.
Exactly.
This is good for newcomers, though. I mean,
for sure, because there's also additional sales for people that are now not pro members.
Okay. That's good.
Down here.
That's a good look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, we did find out about the Metro games. Again, we'll talk that here in just a moment too. So a pretty light week news-wise, I think.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Just Dance.
Oh, speaking of, so Just Dance went on sale like literally 2 days after I bought it, and yeah, so I paid $50 for it and it dropped $30. So I contacted Stadia support and they were more than kind to refund me, and I was able to repurchase it. So cool thing. So even if you think you are outside that window, which I absolutely was because I danced for like 3 hours or so, they still honored it. They're like, we can do a one-time deal. So
wait a minute. I'm not sure we can call that dancing, Brian.
Okay. Loosely.
More hips, all right. No, you weren't loose at all.
I was the
we were
cyborg.
asking you to get a bit more loose with it, all right? You know,
it was amazing. It was amazing. Good job, Brian.
We were in me, Germani, and who else was in that stream after the fact? We finished up the Gorilla Collective.
It was me, you, was in there, and then
Project.
Link was in there. Link there.
We were screaming at our computers, man, because we were like, "Oh, get them!"
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but it was really cool what we were able to do. But so if the long story short here is, if you buy a game and it goes on sale like a day after, and you've been playing a crap load of it, they may help you out. So Stadia support has been, I think, fairly good. Anyone that's really interact with them, they got me a new Founders controller pretty quickly, so they've been very good. I'll give them a pat on the back for that. So since we kind of talked about it loosely, we'll talk about the new games that have come to the store. We'll start with Wave Break since it's just right here staring us in the face. We kind of talked about it already a little bit, but we'll go ahead and get like a little bit more from the class here. So Chase, you and Eddie are playing a stream tomorrow for this game?
The plan was to do it today, but that didn't work out. So Eddie, we're still doing that stream tomorrow, right?
Right. I guess. Yes. If it said so, yes.
Yes.
So because I don't have the capability to properly live stream, so I'm gonna have to do a co-stream with Eddie on it. So
gotcha. So have you been able to play too much of it just yet, or you just kind of dabbled a little bit?
I think it'll be. I'll just give my initial impression, but I'll also. Right. I think Eddie should really be the one to talk on it because he's played it more than I have. Mm-hmm. I think again, just initial impressions of maybe 2.5 hours of playing it. I think it's a winner. I think it's a game that is absolutely worthy of people's attention and should absolutely be something that people should give a try. My initial look at it when Eddie was playing it, because I actually saw him playing it first before I had jumped on it. I was kind of like, I don't know, but you know how games are. Sometimes you have to actually get hands on with it, see how it runs, see how it actually functions, and I'm telling you, it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater mixed in with Team Deathmatch, mixed in with 90s nostalgia, mixed in with 80s music. I mean, it's like all four things. It's like a perfect combo. And then there's a vulgar mode. Yes, this is legit. You can turn off the censoring, and then it basically is just straight up
profanity filter.
It's profanity filter. There you go. Yep. It's a fun game. They've really done a good job with it. It's got a lot of humor in it. I think it's great. I really do.
So, what don't you like about it? Sorry, put you on the spot.
Yeah, I think the only thing I haven't liked about it is there are some issues for me, and this might just be me, is I don't know if you all have noticed this that have played it, but when you're trying to move through the water, let's say you make a steep turn, the camera is almost like it's a little delayed. Mm-hmm. So there's times where, like, especially if you're doing the team deathmatch, I've ran into situations where I'm trying to target someone and the camera is just not in sync, and it's cost me being able to. So, I mean, really, that's the only drawback I've had with it.
Okay.
To be fair, I mean, I haven't really had any other negative experiences with it.
Fair enough. Meg, have you been able to play Wave Break yet?
I did. I did. I played a little bit of it. I was having some really bad connection issues that day, so I didn't get to play as much multiplayer as I wanted to. But I did enjoy it a lot, and I checked out all the maps, and I did a couple games. I actually got in a game with Ejamix.
Nice.
And that was fun. And I killed him once. And then I managed to, and then I had issues, and then I got in again, and I got in a game with Eddie, who's super good. And then I dropped out again, thank God, because I was getting slaughtered. So it is really fun though. And I do like, it took me a long time to get the hang of doing tricks and stuff, because I never played like a trick game. Like I never played skateboarding games or anything like that. So I found it kind of hard to pick up. But it was fun, and I like the vibes of the game. And the one thing I don't like, before you can even ask me, is riding the rails. I cannot stay balanced. Like, I don't know what the trick is on those rails. And I saw Eddie, and he can do an entire, like, he can just rail across the whole map. And like, as soon as I get on a rail, I immediately have to jump off because I know I'm going to wipe out. So that's my technique that I do now.
You just got to tap it a little bit. You can't like be very aggressive with it. It's just.
I am very aggressive with it, so I think.
Yeah, we've heard about how many horses you kill. All the time.
Yeah, okay, guys, listen, that game is hard. Also,
Good.
Eddie, what have your been what have been your wave break thoughts?
All right, I just can add that the soundtrack looks amazing. It's something that I could put it to listen on Spotify and continue listening because. The soundtrack is amazing for me. Love the 80s vibe. Miami Vice City.
It's been in my head all day, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And yeah, I'm just looking forward to beat you up, Brian, while you're in the middle of a combo. I'm going to shoot you in the face with the shotgun. Shotty on your face to break your 50K combo.
Wow. Shots fired, literally.
So, what have you not liked about Wave Break so far?
I would say it's something they put it on Twitter, which is the trick list. For people who never played Tony Hawk, it is a hard game to catch because for you to understand the controllers and etc. Like multiple times, my wife was watching me play. I said, "Yeah, I'm pressing triangle." Oh wait, there's no triangle on this controller because I play Tony Hawk so much. So yeah, you press triangle to grind. And that's not how it works. But so, yeah, I would say it was missing a trick list. And they put it on Twitter, a trick list of basic tricks on how to do basic tricks.
Yeah, that was one of my issues. Because even for me, like just jumping in, I was like, this is really hard to get some good scores out of it. And then eventually you found out you can revert, which if you're unfamiliar, as soon as you land down from a jump, it's a way to kind of like spin your boat and it keeps like your combo going. Something you can do in the Tony Hawk games too, but I didn't know about that until a loading screen popped up. So
yeah, but you gotta do a revert and go straight to another air, or you gotta do a revert and go to a manual.
Yep.
So there's a difference.
And she has no idea what you're talking about. But
Meg doesn't have anything.
Literally like, oh, I did a kickflip. Yes. Haha. Like I don't know.
But Brian, if there's something I could add, it's a great game if you want to play a little bit of skate boating before Tony Hawk's hits in September.
Got it.
So, Germani, have you been able to play Wave Break?
I hadn't played it yet. No,
you have not played it.
No, I hadn't.
Is it a game that interests you at all, or is this kind of something you might just say?
It interests me. Yeah, I mean, I've the thing is, honestly, I've made quite a few investments in games already. Made some investments in other places, and it's like $20 for me right now. That one, no, sorry guys.
Well, actually, this game's $30.
Oh yeah, right, $30. What was that? That's right. Because I'm like $20. Yeah, no, $30 is what I saw, and I was like, I'll wait. I knew we had the opportunity to do some other things that you guys discussed, but I wouldn't even be able to make it. I wasn't able to make it during the times you guys were talking about it, so
gotcha.
I didn't even try to do that either. I was like, so
that's fair.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, so the $30 price point was my first complaint about it because as I found out multiplayer, not many people own this game. And I think that's a huge reason why, because let's just do some comparison here. So it's June 26th, in about 2.5 months, Tony Hawk's Remastered is coming out. It's only $10 more, and you're getting two of the greatest games in the genre. So I mean,
and it could beautifully not even remaster, remade. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not to say this game's bad by any means, but
No.
there is a lack of single player content. There's only 4 maps so far. Multiplayer is fun, but the problem is finding people, which was a terrible problem even during just like a normal noon time that I played earlier today. So I mean, finding people is an issue, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of nostalgia attached to it. One of the songs in the game has been in my head literally all day.
And let's check out the soundtrack though, because the soundtrack did sound really good.
It's very chill. It's very nice. Yeah. I think it'd be better suited for a $15, $20 price point.
Yes.
To kind of get more people interested in it.
$15.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as Chase likes to call some of these games popcorn games, like this is the definition of one. You just jump into it for 10 minutes and you're good. Like they need more games like this. So having it on here is good. But again, it'd be nice to see a lower price point for people to actually want to jump into it. And I think some people want to use that $10 coupon for something of more substance, maybe.
Yes.
So,
and you made a good point. I mean, the price of expensive popcorn at a movie theater would be a good price for this game.
Yeah.
$15.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Brian,
So
can I ask one last question for this game? Pro deal? No, not pro deal. Pro game soon?
boy, I hope it's not real soon because that might piss people off.
Yeah, asking them to pay that price. So yeah, then going immediately to pro, that would be.
They need to wait. They need to wait.
They just need to drop the price.
Eventually,
it's kind of it's kind of a slap in the face of the consumer base, kind of saying you don't have the options out here. We're the only option. That's not cool. I don't like when people do that.
I do have a theory on that though. I think they're trying to back away from games that are actually in the store at the moment because how many times have we gotten a lot of new games on pro deals, or I mean from the pro subscription that have been games that weren't in the store prior. I mean, this month we only have SteamWorld Dig, but that's only $10, so you're not really losing much, I guess, with that. But I think they're doing a better job of making that not happen, which kind of sucks because it's nice to get those huge games like Grid show up. But I can see why a lot of consumers might be a little about it too.
Well, that just shows they're listening, though. I mean, that was one complaint that everybody had at the beginning. that people were like, "Don't do that again." Like, that's not cool, especially after I just bought it last month. So
exactly. One last thing about this, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see. I know some of us did. Within the options menu of Wavebreak appears this little screen.
Oh yeah.
It's called Broadcast Stream Shares, the little title here, which may be an incoming Stadia feature. Did have anyone not seen this yet?
I hadn't actually seen this. What does it say now? Broadcast stream share sessions do not receive notifications.
I just found that out from chat tonight as we were streaming.
So this appears in the options menu. We found it when some of us got an early copy of it, and obviously we couldn't say anything just yet. But from what we've heard, this is something that shouldn't be in there, but it's still there, even as of earlier today. So, I mean, just off those 3 words, do you guys see this being anything in particular? Is it maybe like a renamed previous feature, like a crowd play kind of deal, or is this something completely different that Stadia is going to be dropping to us soon?
Well, so to give a shout out, Jim, Stadia, he posted a tweet today on Twitter that when you cancel Stadia, when you basically delete your account, there's a line in there that says you'll also lose all of your streamed YouTube video content, which implies that we are going to be getting some type of what I would call, I think that is what they're going to call it. I mean, it just makes the most sense, stream share. So I think that's going to happen. And I think this was probably put in there in anticipation of that. Okay. Maybe they were doing some testing, just to kind of do some stuff for Stadia. And Stadia said, okay, well, when you post the game, don't leave that in there. And they probably accidentally left it in there, which is why that's why they're saying, oh, that shouldn't be there. Because the code basically tells us that it's coming, that we're going to be getting that. So, because it's also in the coding as well. Like, it's not just that deletion menu. We're seeing in the coding that they're also doing a stream option. So this is on the way.
So very soon.
Any first thoughts on? Yeah, go ahead, Megan. That's what
I just personally hope it happens super soon and like right away, because I don't know if you guys know, I recently moved, and where I'm living now, the internet is not. I didn't even think it was good enough to play Stadia, but somebody, I can't remember who, somebody said switch it to 720 and try, and stupidly I thought Stadia would do that for me. Like I thought it would check my connection and be like, oh, you can't play at 4K, so we're going to put you down to what your connection can handle. It doesn't. So I can play in 720, but I can't live stream. So I've been very sad about that because I really want to do live streams. So I'm hoping that this direct streaming feature will happen and then my bandwidth won't be such an issue. I hope. I don't know if that's going to actually be true, but I hope that is the case. So I am super excited to see this because I really want to take advantage of this feature and I hope it comes out tonight.
I can stream now.
July 14th, Mac. July 14th.
I hope
3
so.
weeks away.
I hope so, Eddie.
So Eddie, what was your take on this?
July 14th. That's all I'm gonna say because
Yeah.
I guys, I know it's segueing way to a different thing, but I think we're gonna hear a lot of things. At least a lot of things has been leaking in terms of code, which is currently available for us, the end consumer, to go and check codes that are already public. There are a lot of things regarding, for example, stream share. There's stuff regarding crowd play. So
Family sharing.
Family sharing. What was the other thing?
Chat
Data.
messaging.
Chat messaging, playing on data. So, damn, July is going to be good.
There you go. And you reminded me, we will do a little VIP after show after the actual show is over. So if you're listening to us on audio formats, go to youtube.com/Club Stadia, where we'll be talking about the new Stadia APK was released, and we'll take some of the questions from our chat. And then Germani, is this the first time you've seen this, or did you see about this the other day?
No, this is the first time I saw this. I thought it was actually the little quote they had about, if you're experiencing any lag or something like that. But I'll let you say that one. Yeah, I thought it was going to be that, but no, this definitely looks like YouTube streaming, simultaneously with because not being able to see the viewer subscription, that's something you usually get in OBS. You can actually see who subscribed to you or whatever the case, But so that definitely is what that signals to for sure. That's awesome, and hopefully we do get to see it very soon. That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is what it is, but I think it'd be really cool, and this might be a decent idea, is co-streaming. So, like, if, me and you, Germani, we want to do some kind of co-stream with Stadia, that'd be really cool if we can just, like, link up in this way. But,
Okay.
I really don't know. So, I'll let you guys take that one. We'll go with that. But other new games dropped this week, unless you guys have anything last to say about this.
I do have one thing.
Yeah.
I have a request. Google, if you're listening, this is a really big one, really big one when it comes to this. If you are doing stream share, please give us the option to where we can point to what YouTube channel we want to stream to. So, for example, in my instance, I have a separate personal account that I play Stadia on. It is not tied to my content creator account. That's intentional because I don't want the two linked. Please give me the option where I can enter in the email address or the account that I want the pathway to be directed to. Please make that an option. Please don't make me have to do the family sharing where then I have to tie it to another account, have a free account. That's not guaranteed because we don't know how Stadia is going to look in the future for non-pro users, right? There's a lot of still uncertain questions. So please, if you're listening, I can imagine that I'm not the only person that's thinking this. Please give that an option. Please make that an option. It's a really big ask. I know it might require a lot of technical pieces, but please do that. Please.
I really want it, man. Please.
No, Google is listening on the chat.
Yeah. Rick was letting everyone know that. Hi, this is Google. We are listening.
Thanks, Rick.
Nice. So he's the mole. Okay.
Please.
A couple. Yeah, that's a good idea because I know probably most of us have brand accounts too. So that's kind of it can be tied to your personal account too. But yeah, I would imagine they'll have a login page for your YouTube side of things. Although that would not be good if you had to have it all centered in one spot. So more options, good.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be awesome is if you go to do that stream share feature and then over on the side, it gives you the option to add an account. And then you choose the account that you want it to be direct. Because again, all you're doing is directing the pathway of your feed to a YouTube account. So I don't see why that would be hard. It's just a coding issue. But again, they may go ahead, Eddie.
I think I've seen already on a few strings of code, people are saying you selecting or you logging into YouTube to select where you are streaming to. So there you go. They heard already about that.
I hope so.
Some other new games came out on Tuesday out of nowhere, although we knew they were coming eventually. Metro Redux Last Light and then Metro Redux 2033. Did you guys pick these up at all? Anyone pick up one of the Metro games? It's probably going to be big.
No, I have not.
Play it.
I have them already on the Switch, and I played them the earlier one on the Xbox. So what? So
now on the Switch, it was $50 for the whole collection, right?
I don't even remember. I bought them and it went to the backlog.
Yeah, I definitely get that too. But I'm almost sure they can't. Let me double check here for Nintendo Switch, because I thought games cost more on Stadia. That's what I was told. It does cost $50 on the Switch. How about that? It's $20 each on Stadia, folks. So
It's cheaper.
It's a little cheaper. But none of us have any Metro experience, like even on the original consoles they came from.
Yeah. No, I played the first, and I played a little bit of the 2033 as well. Yeah, and then this one. So yeah, I've got a bit of it. I mean, I never beat the later ones though. I hadn't beaten them yet.
Exodus and
yeah, in 2033 I hadn't beaten them.
And I didn't want to start Exodus until
I kicked him by accident. I didn't realize he was laying by my feet, and I just poked him in the face. Sorry, guys. Continue.
What's Canada's animal
fine.
number?
He's fine. Not like beat, just like I kick. Dogs. They get.
Meg, stop, please. You're making it worse.
Okay. I'm done.
It's the official dog of the TSI podcast. Okay, so yeah, Metro. I mean, those games will probably be cheaper than they are now, which will be awesome to add that to our collections eventually. But yeah, I didn't want to play Exodus until I played those two, and they finally got those. So once I get through my 1,000 game backlog, I might jump into it eventually. But yeah, there we go. So I'm pretty sure most of us have probably at least dabbled a little bit in the other new game that came out recently. Some little ditty called Elder Scrolls Online. Chase, would you like to start off about Elder Scrolls? I know how much you're a fan of these style of games.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's a phenomenal game. A lot of depth, a lot of lore, and you know, I don't know how else to describe this. For folks that have played games like Dragon Age, or I'm trying to think of another common RPG that's been out there. It's kind of the big one that comes to my mind is Dragon Age, or even Diablo, right? You have an end game in that game. Like, you get through a certain amount of time in that game and you're done. Like, it doesn't go on forever. Elder Scrolls goes on forever. There's no end game. It just keeps going and going and going. You don't stop. So
you get shot in the knee by an arrow, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. But and you know what I also thought is really, really interesting that I've found is when you are playing with friends, and maybe Meg can talk to this point too, is everyone's doing different missions. Everyone's usually on different things, and it's cool that someone can be like, "Hey, I'm going to share this mission with you. Come help me finish it." And then you knock something out that you weren't even focused on or even like thinking about, and then you say to them, "Okay, well, now that I've done this one, let's go over and do this one." And I know we can do that in other games, but considering how many pathways and different possibilities there are in this game, I've already played like 3 missions that I was like, this wasn't even on my quest list. Like, what is this? And then you get over there and you're like, oh my God, we're killing a dragon. Oh my God, now we're going after this. The game is just so much fun, and it's getting me energized for Baldur's Gate. This is like the pregame for Baldur's Gate. I'm so hyped for that game.
All right, so the next person's opinion I want to get is MM2K's opinion. He is in the house.
Here he is.
Hey, everybody. I am fashionably.
Where have you been?
I am fashionably late by like 35 hours now.
Dude, we're about done. I mean,
Yeah,
we're just wrapping up.
Literally, yeah. No, I deeply apologize. Had a special mission, aka had to do something for the wife at the last minute. So
Now he ate a polish before he showed up. You know,
yeah.
The God of Thunder has arrived. MM2K, what have been your thoughts about ESO? Have you jumped into the game, I assume?
Funny story. Yes, I have. But funny story. I was actually an alpha tester for that game. And I alpha tested it again when it was dog-ish. A former friend of mine's that worked at Bethesda had gave me a code, but I'm amazed to see its progression since then. I think that was like 2012. I caught the back end of what Summer Chase was saying, and it's exactly that. It's like a game full of adventure, full of things to do, and it's a lot more fun and engaging with friends. It also doesn't hurt that we're in the trash mob and our good friend Ash has built us a mansion, so that doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, the mansion.
Yeah, me and Megan was checking it out, just making sure that it was, regulation. Yeah, exactly. So it's a fantastic game, a great addition to it. I kind of was whining a little bit earlier at release because I can't stand 30 frames per second. So I can't wait till they get it up to 60. But besides that, it's still a great game.
Are they going to bring it up to 60?
They better.
No comment.
That ain't happening, bro. No. Germani, have you been able to play ESO this week?
No, I hadn't played it, but it looks like I'll be playing it this week during the multiplayer, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Put it in, so I'll be playing it this week. Tomorrow, in fact, I'll be getting it in. Yeah.
What time can people tune into that, by the way?
12 p.m. Central.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie?
Pass.
Stop.
I was gonna say it's
No one gets past this here. You have to.
No, it's just because I haven't played ESO yet, and
What?
I know.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But
shame on you. Shame.
Unbelievable.
Shame.
shame.
Mhm.
Well, it's just because with all of the Last of Us hours that I put into, and now with the new things coming on, I know you guys already have your guilds going on. Hashtag Trash Mob is in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's always a space for you, Eddie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like I'm gonna play a rock card here. I am too old to learn how to play that game.
What? That makes no sense.
Shame.
No, yeah, there it is.
All
Shame.
Hey. No, all right. No, fair enough. I'm gonna give it a try, and you guys are gonna help me understand.
Yes,
how to
we
play
will. We will.
Beautiful. Good stuff.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna get beer.
Hell yeah. I just don't take 10 minutes. I'm just kidding.
We're timing you. We're timing you.
Hey, bro, just saying.
Was that a
170,
dig?
Chef.
Was that a dig at Mr. Stark?
Yeah, I think so.
We have a lot of those moments, don't we?
He's over there pouring slowly, swirling. One cube at a time.
I just want you to understand that the care and the time and effort that I put into grabbing every ice cube was meticulous.
This one sucks. This one sucks. This one sucks.
Every whiskey stone
He's
meticulously
every
sealed.
note.
Nope, this bottle sucks. I gotta go back to the store. All right, while we wait for Chase, what is everyone drinking? Hold up. Jeremiah, is that a rock band guitar? I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
You met
Jaguar.
Eddie. You met Eddie.
What about Eddie?
No, you said while we wait for Chase, Eddie left.
Same thing. I'm just
See, it's not just me. It's not just me who does that. I don't know why. I don't know why.
They do look just alike.
It's
They
the way,
don't, though.
Meg, when you say, there's a way that you say Eddie's name when
Family
it's just
resemblance?
Eddie, because you're like, hey, Eddie. And then when it's Eddie, I'm like, that means me. Her tone of voice changes. I know it means
That's
me.
hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Usually Chase is in trouble.
Jeremiah, what are you drinking?
I'm not drinking anything. Actually, nothing at all. Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I just had some juice. That's it.
Eddie, what
What
are you
type of
drinking?
juice, though? Oh, sorry. I had a follow-up question. Redirect.
Orange.
I joke, pal. Go ahead. Oh, no, go ahead.
I know that should be something mixed with that, right? There's nothing mixed.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
We good? All right, cool. So Eddie's
For the
already
audio
showing.
for the audio listeners, he shook his head ferociously. Yes.
Thank you for the commentary.
Wait. MM came in on the clutch there with the play-by-play. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have like the John Madden illustrator, so I can't draw like a yellow circle all over him. So Eddie's drinking Budweiser. Anything else over on your desk? No, just that. No.
Shit, no, not right now. I still have this. Maybe
goodness gracious.
Maybe I put it some of this with Monster
Oh
again.
God.
They started to get me excited about some drink now, man. Good mix.
How are you, Meg?
Iced coffee, and I'm getting near the bottom, so soon I'll have to run and get some more. No, guys, it's really just iced coffee. It's really just iced coffee. It is, I swear.
After that,
More play-by-play. They are doing.
Notice how you can't see inside of this. It's not clear. So
came out with all the drinking. Did you notice that? We were like iced coffee, and then after that, like drink after drink after drink. Oh, you knew that iced coffee was something different. Yeah. Okay.
Chase, are you propering up tonight?
Proper, and I've changed it up. It's no longer Coke anymore. I've been doing Pepsi, and it's actually the perfect combination. I swear.
So the Coke endorsement is out the window now.
You screwed it up. You screwed it up, Chase.
See, well, it's funny because Germani was like, we've been working real hard, and then I think he's upset with me now because it's like we've sent 3 emails, and now that's basically done. Good job, Chase.
We had a perfect.
Germani's like, I've been doing all this work behind the scenes, and you basically just burned it all. Thanks, man.
I thought you were just gonna say cherry Coke.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. He's trying to bring ashes into this.
MM2K, you sipping on something?
No, man. I literally was running for dear life to hurry up and get on the show and appease my wife. I messed up her birthday week, and I got to make it up. So, yeah. Flowers delivered to the wrong place, party time set for the wrong hour. Yeah. You can't screw up any worse than me. Yeah, I need the only liquid solution I need probably is rubbing alcohol and some gall. So. But right now I just have a peach tea, which belongs to her, so she's probably gonna hit me about that too. So I'm just screwing up all over the place.
At least you got Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, but even while I'm in the hospital, I'll always have Octopath Gonaways.
Yeah. Octopath Gonaways. That's awesome.
Since we have the whole crew here.
Man, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at your misery, but oh my god.
Hey. At least somebody laughs while I cry. It doesn't matter.
That's good. That's good. You are too much, brother. Oh my god.
We have the whole class here, so let's talk about the big stuff. We just got Connect announcement. I don't even know. The weeks have been running together. Was it last week? It was last week, right? Yeah, it was last week.
I had to put thank God.
So, if you're unfamiliar, the Stadia Connect is just like the Nintendo Direct, where they have like a pre-recorded or sometimes live stream, 20 minutes to an hour, whatever they end up going with, just kind of pretty much showing off trailers and maybe new features coming and stuff like that. So, Stadia's version is happening on July 14th, and instead of being part of the IGN Summer Gaming, which is what we all believe, and that was apparently just a developer interview instead. It's going to be part of Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, and that's, I think, a pretty big deal, personally. I mean, that's kind of like the E3 replacement, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's how I
essentially, yeah.
So, I mean, this maybe a little early. We're going to have another episode before the Connect, but I thought we'd get our first predictions out of the way. Who would like to take the first shot?
Apex.
That's what I was gonna say.
Everybody's gonna say that one, Meg.
Okay.
Let's collectively hold on. For dramatic effect, let's collectively say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Apex.
Apex Legends. Maybe you said it early again. You just had to be first. Guys.
Oh no. Shout out to Sons of Stadia. We're trying.
Switch just got it guaranteed coming to it. Switch.
Okay. Eddie, what prediction do you have for the Connect in July? I'm going to mute all of you. This is going to happen.
All right. I don't think we're going to get OMD 3 as a pro title, but it's going to be a shadow drop. the day, I would say $30 title.
I'm sorry. Oh, what is this?
Orcs Must Die 3.
Oh,
I think
That's
it
yeah,
will be $30.
really nice, generous
I
price.
think it's $30, but it is it is a tower defense title co-op 4 players. And they have been developing a long time, so I would go with that. And I'll leave the other for my friends here.
Are you saying that's going to be announced to be launching soon or launch date?
Like Shadow Drop. Right now it's going to be available. If you go to the store, it's available right now.
Okay. Got you. My bad. I missed it. Yeah. Wow. $30, huh?
I think it's Germani said that was generous. I agree with him.
Yeah, I would say 40 at $40 at the low end, but I don't know, $30. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. But wow.
All right, so putting a price range, I'm gonna say 25-30. So it could
you go lower.
No, I don't think 40, but I think 25-30 because that title has.
There's more.
It's just because Google had put so much pressure to have that game. That game is happening because Google put in money on that game, and it is a timed exclusive later coming to. I think it's to Steam for sure, but other platforms I don't know. There was the interview with the guys from Orcs Must Die 3 or Robot Inc. over the IGN festival. And again, I think it's going to be $25-$30 title shadow dropping on the day of the Connect.
Right. I definitely buy the dropping the same day. Pricing, I don't know. Like, people are talking about pro games, and like I could see it because Google pretty much financed the project, but at the same time, they might want to recoup some of that money back too. So, yeah. So, Orcs Must Die, is that really your only prediction, that in Apex, or do you have anything else you want to?
No, I have a bunch, but I let my friends here talk a little bit more as well.
Okay. Meg, we'll go with you next. What do you got?
Well, I still think it may be just hopefully that they're going to tell us about features, but do you guys think it's just going to be games only? Because I really think after the last one was all just pure games, they need to do features. And with all these, like, all you data miner coding people finding all these sneaky things in the whatever places, like, I think, we're going to see features. I think we're going to finally see the stuff that we have been waiting for, that, like, I thought was going to be there at launch, and now, like, I'm just waiting and dying for this stuff. Even basic things like chat. That was my prediction for the last Connect, though, and I was wrong, so I'll probably be wrong this time. But I think they're going to drop Apex for free like they did with PUBG in the last one. I think it's going to be the same. It's going to be a free game that everybody can play multiplayer right now. And Apex is going cross-platform with everything, just like Fortnite. And I think it's going to be amazing. And I think it's going to be really, really good for Stadia to start representing in a game like that that's free for everybody, who can play with anybody on anywhere, Xbox, PC, PlayStation, doesn't even matter. And I think that's going to be amazing because there is no game like that right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Meg, just to add to that, actually, yes, Apex is free. Doesn't matter the platform you're playing. There's not a paid version of Apex. So I think it will be curious to see if it's going to be behind Pro or not.
No, it's not. I know you guys think that, but it's not.
It will.
No.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Nah, bro.
But
that's that's one of my predictions, guys.
Okay, there you go.
We're going to see.
Say it.
It's not going to be behind Pro.
But then you can just play it for free on a free platform, a free game. Who's making the money from that?
I'll tell you why it's not going to be, but I'll wait for mine.
Yeah, we've already been through all this before.
No, there's actually a new reason, Germani.
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear the new reason for sure.
New information.
But, but I mean, they have aesthetics and all that stuff that you can pay for and all that stuff.
Oh,
and people buy into that.
I see.
You buy into it,
They get a cut.
Hell yeah, they're gonna get a cut.
Seasons, right? When new seasons launch, that's when they made money. Most of the money when the new season launches,
right? Stuff like that, So they there's lots of ways to make money, but
I can see that. All right.
Yeah.
MM2K, what predictions do you have for us?
Well, to be part of Jeff's summer of games, that's a big leap.
Absolutely.
And so I'm gonna go with some of the more reasonable stuff. I believe Apex Legends is gonna be there. I think that's why they scrambled and they lied to Eddie and Chase and myself. Well, when Chase made the discovery, they said, "Oh no, it's not coming." Retract and made Washington Post remove that like an old wart.
Stop the press! Stop the press!
It was hilarious to watch those chain of events, but that's going to be my prediction there. I think we're going to see. I think it's going to be bigger than the last Connect. You think I was drinking? I'm begging. And here's my tinfoil hat. You ready? We will see Uplay Plus. We will get an announcement about Uplay Plus there.
It's time.
Legend Zarek was saying the same thing on chat. Nice. Yep. But wait, again, the Ubisoft event happens 2 days before, right?
Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, it does? Oh, yeah. I was just making that up, but yeah, sure. Yep. I would know. That was my scientific research. Thanks, Eddie, for reminding me of that. Yeah.
Germani. Yeah, go ahead if you have another one.
No, I was just gonna say, I think that because they got to come big if they want to be on the stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I've already revealed my tinfoil hat theory is the free for all members of Stadia. Apex Legends, free to play games. And maybe down the line is something else, but I just feel like you open it up with Apex Legends. We want to have that barrier removed for everyone. You want to get everybody on your platform. There's going to be some kind of monetization trick up their sleeve, sure, but I just think that the barrier is not going to be there to get in the game. That's my big prediction as far as that's concerned. Other than that, I think I'd have to give Bippity Bop some credit to this one too, because he's mentioned the idea of Activision not showing up in other platforms during their shows, other showcases, other new platforms, whatever. Maybe Activision will show up with something really major, moving forward as well. That's pretty much it. Everything else is in the air. So
perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of before I get there, Little Tortilla Boy got the $2.
Hey.
So thank you, friendo.
Hey,
Little Tortilla Boy, I see you got his name right. Yeah.
I want to say it, and I got it right. Beautiful. Yeah. So I'm pretty much having to steal everybody because I guess you guys, last time we did predictions, like, damn it, you guys, I thought I was original and I wasn't. So I also think Apex will start off the show, but I think they're going to be like, earlier this year we talked about EA games coming, and they're going to have like a little sizzle reel about maybe Mad's release date finally and FIFA's release date, and I think Jedi Fallen Order will get an official drop starting off, and then I think Apex is going to get dropped around the same time as the Switch version. And then after that,
fall, right? That's fall.
Yeah. Time. So I think we'll get. I don't think it's going to shadow drop this time. I think it's going to become or show up during the Switch version. And then hold on. It's on Steam now too, right? Or is it coming to Steam?
Yes, it's on Steam.
It's officially out on Steam now?
Well, I don't know if it's on Steam, but I think it's one or the other. It's either coming, but it's definitely going to be there one way or the other.
Okay, so that might line up. Orcs Must Die. Obviously, they're going to talk about that, so it's going to come out. And then I do think we're going to get at least something about the feature, especially with all this coding stuff that's been dug up recently. The APK we'll get into in a little bit. A lot of things are starting to line up that I think is really prepping for a big release on July 14th. And then I think my biggest prediction, and this is really out there, it's going to be Activision Blizzard related. It's going to be the last thing, and it's going to be a teaser for Overwatch 2. So I'm going to go with
nice. That'd be nice.
Okay.
Ooh, boy, you need more foil than I do for your hat.
Like ours combined.
Yes.
All right. So
Wonder Twins activate. No, I know it's wrong.
So yeah, go ahead.
No, you finish, please.
Well, no, I was going to transition to Chase here in a moment, but
I had a question regarding the Connect still. So let's say you broke down one of the biggest publishers that we don't have, which is Activision. What about Capcom? Do you think we will hear anything about Capcom? I know Chase broke the news about job postings for Capcom. Do you guys still think we're going to see anything Capcom related? Either Resident Evil 8 or any other thing Capcom related?
Hold the phone. I'm about to go there.
Go Chase, go Chase, go Chasey, go Chase.
Cheesy.
I actually have, so everyone's kind of mentioned some things that I thought are realistic. I have 3, so I'll name all 3, and then I'll touch on why I don't think Apex is going to be free. So I'll give that reason real quick too. So I think we will see information about Capcom. We're going to at least get an update. I don't know that we're going to get any games on the 14th, but they need to give us a roadmap. So I think we're absolutely going to get that. I think we're going to hear something about Diablo. There's been some, and I've talked about this before, but we've seen a lot of rumors going around about Diablo and about it coming to.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
No, woo! There's been a lot of rumors that have been floating around about that game for a while, and I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that they want to get that game in more places than they have in the past, and I don't know. It's just that there's no tangible proof necessarily. It's just a gut instinct. So I'm just going with that. I also really do think that Overwatch pick is a good one, by the way. I think that one's actually more realistic than Call of Duty, if I'm being honest. Call of Duty, someone mentioned that Activision's been absent. That's actually a choice by Call of Duty. That has nothing to do with Stadia. They've said publicly several times that they're not going to do any announcements regarding Call of Duty till possibly fall, and that's for all platforms. So hearing them having just really hammered that point home so many times now, and they've been really steadfast about it, I don't know that we hear anything about Call of Duty at this Connect. And I'm just being honest. I don't want to give people false expectation. The reason that Apex won't be on a free model for Stadia is one thing and one thing only. We now know that demos will have what? Queues. And why are they doing that? Because they don't want the queues to be overloaded with users that are on a free tier. So we've already seen that Destiny is what? It's a free to play that was locked behind what? Pro. Until something changes with monetization at some point, and Stadia has shown us no reason to think otherwise, that they have fixed these issues with those deals, any game that's free to play is going to be behind Pro. They are going to implement, and I gotta be real careful how I say this because I don't know how far they're going to go with this, but they are implementing a queuing system. It's pretty clear they're going to be doing that, at least with demos to start. How far that goes, I don't know. I don't want to scare anybody, but it's just a reality. We got to be honest about it. So that's my reasoning. I don't think we're going to see any free to play for that reason.
They have mentioned that in an APK or something months ago about when the launch is coming, that queues will be a part of it, but I haven't heard anyone have that issue just yet.
Well, no. When they said queues, they were talking about for the signups. They weren't talking about users on the platform. They limited how many signups they were going to have. This is talking about anyone coming onto the platform and trying to play a game for free in a demo state, which that could open up more possibilities to then going into the free service. I don't know. And again, I don't know that's necessarily going to happen. It may just be limited to demos. But at some point, they're going to have to be honest with the general public that if they don't have enough server blades, they can't just be, you know what I'm saying? They can't just be letting the floodgates open up on this thing, because then they will have that issue. And that's going to be something that it could be they already have public perception problems. That's another one you don't want to add to the basket.
Yeah, that's a good argument right there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it makes sense. If you're gonna have demos, you got to have queues. At this stage of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, in regards to using that as an argument as to why the Apex game or free to play games won't be necessarily free to play on Stadia, you have to go through the paywall, because at that point it's just like you're kind of letting anybody play, and they don't necessarily have to pay. And you could be taking up server blades for people who are actually premium payers, players, or people who are paying a premium price for a game, even if they're playing on the free service. So that's a really good argument. Yeah.
Here's what I think they should do, because Chase touched on this earlier in his one-off that he did earlier in the week, and it was fantastic. Holy cow! Oh, God,
come on!
What the hell are you doing?
I was just going to ask if you were here. He doesn't say hi. He said,
Here goes somebody.
Always watching. So before people are like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah.
I linked.
Oh my God! He almost gave me a heart attack when I saw that. Oh,
I find out when you guys lose your shit, because I don't look at the live chat until
I saw Meg losing it. I'm like,
I was like, get
like,
out.
I knew there was something else in her cup, and then I looked at
Our good friend Link TV, who is a member of the channel and pretty much a huge supporter of everyone in this community because he's a good dude. Just dropped a $200 super chat to the cast and crew here, and he said this: people are sleeping on these creators. Drop those likes, subscribe, and show them all love. Hashtag trash mob, hashtag Stadia is family. Love you all. Aloha.
You
love you too. But it's not because you spend your paycheck on us. It's because we actually like you as a person.
Yeah, we like you. We like you, man.
That's those are kind comments, by the way. I mean,
No,
we don't do this for. And Chase is about to. You all right, bud?
Yeah,
big
man.
hearts.
It's just,
Big hearts to Linky.
Thanks, you, Linky. Benefactor Linky.
Benefactor. I bet he will really love that.
This is, you know what? I want to say this, just so it's on the record. I hope Google understands that when we are critical, and we'll get into this, I guess, later in the show about some of the other things that the community may be split about. But at the very least, they have a very unique community right now. I have never seen a community so tight-knit that really care about each other like I've ever seen here. And everybody here is not only based upon facts, but they want to factually help each other out. And then when we have conversations, they want to pivot off of facts. I talked about this with Sounds of Stadia earlier this week. You go to other communities, and again, I'm not trying to throw dirt at them or throw shade at them, but it's all about how can I caveat facts or make you look bad because you don't like what I like. You don't get that here. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about Link, whether you're watching via audio or you're watching live, when people like Link and Ray and everybody donate, and even those that just may donate $1, they do this because they genuinely care. And this is a one-of-a-kind type of community, and I'm definitely glad to be a part of it. So I just want to get that on the record.
Facts. Hashtag facts.
Chase is doing heart hands. Right. Sunset heart hands. Is one seeing that commercial? No. Someone's seen it at least.
Moving on.
You guys seen a Taco Bell commercial? All right, so I gotta explain now. So some chick is like doing some Instagram pictures, and she's got her boyfriend taking pictures, and she's like, sunset heart hands, and like he's like eating his Taco Bell, and she's like, take the picture. Ray.
Come on, Ray.
Here we go.
So Ray did a
oh goodness.
Good lordy lord.
Good lord.
It's good for Ray and Link's wallet that we only do this every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Good lordy lord.
All right, so going back to the Connect here. What? How do I want to phrase it?
Ray.
Stop.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Ray did another 50.
I feel like I gotta take something off. I'm a decent person.
It equals 100 piece. Ray, you're. This is a great community, man, and it's. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm so glad to be part of it, and this isn't why. It's just it just exemplifies why they are so great because people genuinely care.
Hey.
We'll get to that.
And Jay Stroke, it's all good, man.
Hey, Jay. Yeah.
Hey,
all we need is
Stroke.
you being here, man. You being here, Jay, is good enough, man.
Canada represent.
Yes,
Canadian. Jay Stroke dropped a Canadian $5 super chat. Another awesome. Like, stop. We do
I was thinking maybe we had to take something off, but it looks like it was required for us to put something on. So go ahead, Eddie.
Oh, we have to.
Oh man,
Eddie's about to cut a WWE promo.
When he threw the glasses on, I was like, "Where is this going?" That's immediately what I thought. I was like, "He's about to come in with the with either the Bret Hart or the Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know which one." Snap to Slim Jim.
For some reason, I thought he was gonna pull out a harmonica and just start going into some soul. You know. I don't know, man.
Chat, love you all. Thank you for the support.
He's hiding his tears.
Yeah.
Right.
No, don't say true.
Yeah, y'all are amazing.
we're all saying something real quick, and I know we're trying to move through the show, but from what we see in this community between all of our individual channels, we've got this podcast that we do every 2 weeks. Does his podcast that he does. Me and Eddie do a combined podcast with this week on State. Seeing the amount of love and support that everyone gives in this community, I wholeheartedly agree with what just said, that this is not something I have ever it's almost like a Chris Jericho promo, ever seen before. And it's something truly special. And I wholeheartedly agree again with I know I keep saying but he's right, because Google needs to recognize they've got something special here. They got a unique freaking thing here that is not like the rest of the gaming communities. And you need to cherish it, because this is something that does not happen. You do not have this happening in the rest of the gaming landscape. So,
no,
I mean, things are a lot more fun with friends, I think. And I know me personally, I mean, I've been doing some form of content creating for about 2.5 years until I started focusing on Stadia only stuff. And I got to meet you 5 wonderful people, and you guys are just the tip of the iceberg. I've met so many other awesome people, and not just people in the chat, but other creators. And I've been very thankful. And you guys already kind of took the words out of my mouth. There's really nothing else to say regarding that, I think. So
exactly.
It seems like we do this at least once a month to kind of, but that's kind of like the point, is that you guys are that important to us, and you guys are just do. I have nothing to say.
It's the community. The community is awesome, and the community should always be number one. That they are phenomenal, and without them, none of us can do what we do.
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing. So again, thank you all. Cheers to you. I don't have anything else that I can cheers to, but cheers to you.
Facts.
And cheers. I can't. Stop it. Dude, we're gonna get stricken. Stop.
All right, you controlled me.
Chris kept the stream chat, or the what the hell is it called? Super chat train going with the $5 Canadian super chat. Choo choo, he says. That's awesome. Then
appreciate it, Chris.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. So that's some awesome stuff, guys. Seriously. Not required, obviously, but I mean, it's kind of already alluded to, guys. Like it's a way for people to show their appreciation for people that put out content. And obviously we don't do this as like a paid gig. We do it for what we like, to talk about and do. I mean, some people like, helping out and kind of, showing their appreciation for it, and know that their time, or the time we put in, is not free. So, I mean, they want to help out. And I think it's really cool that they do this. And it's beyond awesome.
It's a way of showing love, man. It's breaking bread. I appreciate you for what you do for me. You may not expect this from me, but that's okay, because I don't need you to expect it. I'm just breaking bread with you because you give something to me that is intangible, but I value it. So here, let me give you something that you could use.
Yeah. You did such a good job explaining that one day, Germani, behind the scenes, about why I don't want to get off. I don't want us to get off onto a side conversation, but just explaining like the thought process behind that.
Yeah,
and it's Jesus Storm.
Sorry,
See,
Project Storm dropped.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, like, when Germani explained that, it really made sense, because I've never thought of it the way that he explained it, and it just made a lot of sense. I just wanted to highlight that. That's all.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. It's beautiful, and we're all very appreciative of it, and I get it,
Yeah.
Right.
Can we get on with the podcast? God damn it.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. No, that's some. We said our piece. Thank you, guys. You don't want us all crying. So, about the Connect, what can Stadia do that will make this be a flop? Let's look at the negative of this.
I'll tell you the one right now.
Wow.
Let me before you get there. What do they at minimum need to accomplish with the Connect? That's a little thinking.
I want to go with your other question first, and then we can go with the other one. So when Meg talked about them saying that they need to highlight the chat, Hell no, do not highlight that in the Connect, because all that's going to show, no, straight up, I'm serious. All that's going to show is you didn't have that from day one. People are going to go, you didn't have a chat feature? Are you freaking serious?
That's a good
Like,
point.
do not highlight that. Do not make that like, oh, we brought this wonderful feature. It's called chat. Yeah, you should have had that from the beginning. Like, do not highlight that. That would be terrible. Right. Highlight things that have not been on the platform before and shadow drop that foolishness. We want that. That's fine. We can, the users that already want that, give us that. But highlight the stuff that people don't know about. Highlight crowd play. Highlight stream share if that's coming. Highlight crowd choice. Like, that's the stuff they need to focus in on. Do not highlight that. That will get them in serious trouble. I'm serious. serious. That will get them in trouble if they do that. I just had to say it.
God damn it. Eddie looks so cool.
Thank you, I guess.
I guess it's like this. All right. So don't highlight like features that should have been there is kind of like your thing. So
that one in particular, because I mean, come on, how many platforms have launched that at least had chat as a basic feature?
Fair. So just kind of look at the perception of just everything else. So let's say a Nintendo Direct happened in August and they did that because that is not a feature on the Switch. Do you think people are like, yeah, good job, guys, awesome? Or would they have that same exact mentality that you just kind of brought up? Like, where was this 3 years ago?
I think they would just go.
About time, or
yeah, I don't think people are going to like lose their stuff over it. But again, we got to go back to why would that be an issue? There's a public perception issue with Stadia. So all you're going to do is fuel the fire. The first thing that's going to get written, I swear to God, when the Connect ends, is Stadia didn't have chat to begin with. All of a sudden, they've dropped it. How many months in? That's exactly what's going to get.
No, Chase. No, that's not correct. Actually, it's going to be Stadia doesn't have chat. Supreme failure. It bombs and dies in the toilet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Actually, I have to intervene. Stadia has chat, but it doesn't have this in its chat. It doesn't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
King Sire, and we had a couple more super chats. The train keeps on rolling. King Sire dropped a $20 super chat saying, "Thanks for what you all do. Keep killing the game. We do our best, I think, except for Eddie. Just kidding.
Killing in the name of."
Static Fox dropped a $5 super chat, and he says, "Anybody think Halo will beat out Cyberpunk in Metacritic this year?" Interesting.
Nope.
There's no.
All right, I'm even gonna remove my glasses on this.
Oh, Eddie's taking the glasses off.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh, I must jot it down. I'm sorry.
Did you see the shoulder roll? He was like,
yeah.
Hey.
Look at this. Look at
smash.
Who's gonna smash this? I've finished The Last of Us 2. From what I saw, there's a slightly chance Cyberpunk will beat Last of Us 2 in Game of the Year.
Oh, wow.
Just because of how big Cyberpunk it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us, it is a 25 to 45 hour game, depending on how you play it. But it's a storyline. And Cyberpunk is completely open world. So,
yeah.
From what I saw, those two are going to be what we're going to be seeing at the end of the year, which is going to be the best title of the year. Halo maybe would be in third places or something else, but there's no other discussion than
hold on, Eddie. Right, just to rain on your parade, I'm hearing through the grapevine that because Cyberpunk was pushed back to November 19th, it's not eligible for Game of the Year, at least for the Jeff Keighley Game Awards. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, interesting.
So it looks like Last of Us is.
Oh, I thought. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. That's basically what I'm hearing. I'm not sure, but that's what happened with Jedi Fallen Order last year. Remember how everybody was upset because it wasn't in the running, and it wasn't in the running because of the date that it was released. So the same thing might have happened to Cyberpunk. Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know. I think they're gonna have to have it in there. He's like, oh, we'll make it.
You know what, because since the press already have the hands on the game,
I was gonna say that's probably it.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that changes a little bit.
Yep, that is true.
It's gonna get in there.
So 4 hours of a game of the year material. That's what they have so far, right?
So far.
Yeah,
we're gonna get more. I think.
Yeah,
we're gonna get more.
So far, yeah.
All
like
Eddie.
I know players, not journalists who play The Last of Us. They finished playing like 3-4 weeks before the actual release. So yeah.
Interesting fact: Jedi Fallen Order was released November 15th of 2019. This is coming out on the 19th. And so that one didn't get added. But to what everyone's saying about the news reporters getting copies, this whole Nightwire initiative, where they're going to be dropping episodes every now and again, from what I understand, the publications are going to get little chunks with each, for them to review for each Nightwire. So by the time the game releases, they probably would have gotten a good portion of the game to play, so they could, quote unquote, make their decision if it's game of the year or not. You know what I mean?
Here's the excuse. I found it. I got it.
Uh-oh.
Due to the COVID-19 situation, the normal date that it normally would. So,
yes,
let's make an exception for the game because these guys worked so very, very hard.
I agree.
And still managed to nearly knock it out in time enough to be Game of the Year. So, that said, Game of the Year goes to Cyberpunk 2077.
So it's not going to SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated?
Now, that might. Actually,
that's the one me and Chase wanted to win, but I think we're outnumbered here.
I was kind of shook after seeing that.
Brian, what was your?
That's like the Dark Souls of.
I'm really sorry, guys. It's just because I'm looking here at thegameawards.com/FAQ. So, what is the cutoff date for games to be eligible this year? So, games eligible for the Game Awards this year must be available for public consumption on or before November 15, 2019. So that year was November 15, 2019. So we don't know.
Watch him push the date back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Watch him say November 30th or something.
Something happened.
Go ahead, Chase.
No, I was going to say your second question. You phrased it a certain way. Is what should they do?
At
What's
minimum.
the minimum?
At minimum, what does Stadia need to accomplish for this Connect? It's a hard question to answer, I know, but
it needs to be 6 times better than the last Connect, and I know that's saying a lot. And I'm not. Listen, let me be clear what I mean by that. No one, I think, realistically expects them to do a Microsoft press conference or a Sony level press conference, but where we're grading them at, what we know Stadia is capable of, they need to do 6 times better than what they did at this last Connect for it to land with the public. If they don't at least get to that metric, and listen, I'm just being authentic, y'all. I'm just being honest and authentic. And I think MM was alluding to this a minute ago because I did kind of a stream the other night talking about this. I think they get forgotten in the fall. If they don't come out and make a real statement on July 14th, and really at least get their foot back into the conversation. Doesn't mean they got to capture the narrative, but be back in the pack.
Yeah.
I don't know where they stand in the fall. I really don't. And it's not because I'm trying to say that they're failing or they're dying. No, that they're going to be here in several years. That's not the case. But you can dig yourself a hole so deep that it takes you 4 or 5 years to get out of it. Xbox in 2013. We're still seeing the ramifications of that decision.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know that Google truly understands the position that they're in right now, that they could do some really serious damage if they don't come out and really pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
At least for the general consumer. We're already here. Like, we know what the platform is. We love it. But the general consumer out there?
So that's a good point. I guess jumping off point for me to ask another question.
Sorry.
Do you think
I'm sorry, can I answer the previous question? Because you said because you said you were going to jump into a different question, or is that for change?
It's kind of something. It's just like a quick one.
It was a 2-part.
It's like a quick answer take.
Follow-up question, Chase.
Yes, follow-up question. Good. So, we talk about these features, which is like YouTube related, right? Is that going to appeal to a general consumer, or is that going to appeal to people like us? Like, should general consumers really care about having streaming capabilities, or is that their goal that more people will start doing because of it, it'll be more accessible?
I think it depends. If they show them in games that how do I say this the right way? So let's say that they show us Apex, and they show that feature in Apex as they're demoing the game in the Connect. that one would make sense.
Sure.
If they just do the features separate from the games, I think it's not going to land as well. People want to see it in a game. They want to see it functioning in an actual game.
Cool.
I think that's how they have to do it.
Perfect. I was going to ask Eddie for his take on the next question, but
Go ahead, sir. But it's just
be rebut and run. This is the new term.
I just want to. Well, actually, the follow-up question that you had, it's actually my point, on which I believe it's gonna be the reason why the Connect is gonna succeed in parts. Like I do believe Stadia is gonna present the integrations with YouTube, and there could be two ways of the media grabbing those. Either one way, Stadia now has integration with YouTube, or it could be after 1 year or after 7 months after the release of Stadia, the features that they promoted at the beginning are finally here. So, but I do believe it's gonna be a win-win, either if it's there or doesn't matter how the press addresses it. But I do believe it's more related to the press saying, yeah, these features are there right now, other than the general consumer. But if the press start talking good things about Stadia, the general consumer is going to say, okay, Stadia is on the radar again, so I'm going to give it a try.
Guys, perfect. So what do you think is the minimum that Stadia needs to pull off for this Connect? Eddie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was someone.
He was about to go get another drink. Yeah, I saw him.
I was gonna answer chat, but the minimal thing I would say, actually, it's more than games right now. It's the features.
Okay. One specifically.
YouTube integrated features, because it's the thing that I've actually saw a few articles in multiple languages, actually, even in Brazilian Portuguese, saying one of the most important features that the xCloud could be using, it's a copy from Google Stadia. So they are already promoting as a copy from Google Stadia the feature of creating the link, and you click on the link to play. And a few articles are already mentioning of the potential integration with Facebook on that.
There you go. And we'll be talking about Facebook as well a little later on. But MM2K, what is the bare minimum Google needs to accomplish during this Connect?
Well, I would like to throw in there too, real quick first, if you don't mind, Brian.
Yeah.
Something that they definitely should not do is, unless you have a specific date, do not mention Cyberpunk 2077. Don't do it. Don't say coming out later this year. You still got to
They tweeted about.
Yeah, don't bring it up at this Connect. Do not do that, because I can just let you know behind the scenes right now, for all of the general public people, like how Chase has been tapping into the people that he speak to. I've been doing the same thing, and that is the albatross around Stadia right now, is that there was an underbelly of consumers that said, you know what? I might actually pick this thing up just to test out Cyberpunk 2077. And if you can't square away a date, we get to, it's not your fault when they decide to release it. But if you can't even communicate that screams incompetence. Whether it's right or not, it screams incompetence. So don't even touch it during this Connect. This Connect has to be all positives. Now, now the bare minimum. What they have to do in the same vein is they got to wash off this stench of the incompetence, or Google Stadia is a joke, because like Chase alluded to, again, we are seeing more positive news. When, I was surprised at the IGN video, the positive comments there. It is on an uptick, but again, with the general public that does know about Google Stadia, it's still a joke. It's still a running joke. And the theme is that Google Stadia lied, and it still runs at 20 frames per second, all of the stuff. So the best way to put all that stuff to bed is I still am latching on to 15 to 30 minutes every month. Call it the Stadia Pulse. You sit down with somebody from a person sits down with somebody from Stadia. Y'all talk about everything you dropped in the weekly updates and stuff like that. And you talk about the features that are coming, and talk about the things that already exist. You gotta rewrite. I don't want to say rewrite history, but you got to re-educate people here. And I think that's the most effective way to do it. So you got to get rid of the stench of the launch.
Fair enough. Meg, what do you think Stadia needs to accomplish at the bare minimum?
I think somebody said this already. Maybe I also said this, but they have to give us those features. Like if it's just more games, like even surprising new fun games that we weren't expecting, that wouldn't be enough. And I think they're going to, because we've all seen the the little scripts and stuff. Like I think it is going to come, and it wouldn't make sense for them to update that so close to the Connect and then not have it go live at that time. So I hope they drop it during the Connect, so like that day will be big for all of us to log in and check out the new features, and everyone will be hype, and like new people will want to come in and try it. So I think that's what's really important. And I also hope they have a big surprise game that none of us saw coming, like maybe a brand new one that is not out on any platform, like that they've been hiding, because it is summer. It's going to be big for games. And I feel like that one that we had in, was it June, was just like a taste. Do you know what I mean? So I hope they kept something big for this one.
Is The Sims big enough for you?
Yeah, Sims would be nice, but that's already like I mean something, yeah, really big that like isn't like that is just for Stadia, that people are like, oh my god, I really want to play this game. I'm gonna have to try Stadia because this game looks so cool. The Sims, like I already have The Sims. If you like The Sims, you probably already play The Sims. So I want something major that none of us are expecting,
like something to really get the hype going.
Yeah, that you have to come to Stadia for, that isn't available on any other platform. And I think that's why those features are so important. They should hype. I kind of agree with Chase. They shouldn't overhype the chat feature, because people will just laugh to think that Stadia didn't have it already. But things that are only possible with Stadia, like that's, I think that's what they really need to capitalize in July.
There you go. What about you, Germani?
I mean, yeah, the whole table is pretty much, wrapped it up pretty nicely, but, they really need to, market it a bit better, afterward, I mean, I know we're going to get games. We're probably going to get some features in or around the show presentation, announced, but just, delivering this in a way to the mass market. Because for me personally, like if it's just looking at what I would want, I mean, I want games. That's it. They're doing it for me. Like Chase had said earlier, they're doing it for us. But looking at the broader scope and the audience who are going to be looking at the new consoles and stuff, you need to get it out there and put it in these people's faces in a way that keeps them attracted to your product as these new consoles continue to push, because what's next? What's next? Because Sony and Microsoft are definitely going to be pushing their marketing campaigns really heavy here in the next few weeks, actually.
Yeah, remember that the Microsoft event is happening in July. We don't have a date. Could be on the same week as Stadia, could be before, could be after. And I agree with Chat saying here that it takes a while to those exclusive titles to be delivered for Stadia, but guess what? Right, Chase, as you were going to say about something?
Yeah, just show us a cinematic. Show us what the concept is that you're working on. And here's the other one that I think me and Brian had the same thought, because we both went
at the same time.
But the splash damage game, like we're supposed to hear about that this year. Like throw that in this Connect, and that's going to be a title that's going to grab people's attention.
Excuse me.
Because we know that they make great games, so get that in here. Like they got to do something that grabs, like Germani just said, the mass market, general consumer, unsuspecting gamers, MM likes to call it, to grab that audience.
Yeah.
Because right now there really just isn't anything there that is grabbing that attention.
Right.
That's just the reality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe again, like having the splash damage game shown, maybe like you said, a trailer, a cinematic trailer of the big exclusive, and then talking about Stadia 2.0 and what's so special about their hardware, because obviously people are caught up in the idea of new hardware, new tech, new this and that. And even though they may have, people have talked in the past about, oh, they didn't live up to this, it doesn't matter because you're still in the conversation. And the important part is being a part of that conversation leading up into the next generation, So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big deal. Some kind of exclusive does get shown off at because, I mean, you can play these games anywhere else. Why come to Stadia specifically for it? And people know that you can have fast loading times, but they also have this perception that there's just lag behind it. So you got to have something to sell someone on a console to begin with. So why are you going to pick a PlayStation over an Xbox? It's not because one plays Madden a little faster. It's because they have Spider-Man, they have Horizon Zero Dawn, they have The Last of Us, they have Uncharted, they have God of War. Yeah, that's why you go to PlayStation. Stadia doesn't have that. They have time exclusive. Sure, Kratos will be cool. Guilt's a decent game. Like, you have these decent games, but you don't have a banger. You don't have this huge game that people are just running towards playing. I don't know what Splash Damage is really working on just yet, and it'd be nice to have that taste because I assume that game is probably farther along than whatever first-party title Google themselves is working on. So, at the very least, we need a sneak peek at whatever's being worked on with the first-party side of things. So, I think that's a bare minimum what they need to do. Otherwise, it's just, I mean, it's cool for us. Like Madden and that. What are you laughing at?
Jeez, go for it. Go for
it.
I'm laughing at the private chat.
Do you remember, as I mentioned at the beginning, that 2 days before we have the Ubisoft event, do you guys think that any Stadia content related to Ubisoft will be announced on the Ubisoft event, or Ubi is going to say, and you're going to hear from us soon? And then we'll hear 2 days later.
So, like, you're teasing like Uplay Plus?
Or like 6 Siege.
I feel like they would announce that there at the Uplay event.
Well, if trends
disagrees,
if trends are gonna stay the same, they're gonna announce that, hey, we're gonna make it free to play. But they might still not. It still would probably be preferred by Stadia that they mention it at the Connect. And the Uplay Plus event is first, right, Eddie?
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm banking on. It'll get teased, and then it's gonna get mentioned. You know what I'm saying? At the Stadia Connect.
Gotcha.
You know what may happen? I just thought about this. They may say Uplay Plus is now going to be coming to Stadia, and Stadia may just touch on it in the Connect. But the bigger landing point, besides saying that, would be dropping Siege, dropping Apex. Like, you keep dropping those back to back and say, and in addition to Rainbow Six Siege, here's the time frame. Uplay Plus will be coming by this date. That's what you do. That's how you sell it.
I can see that. All right. Any other thoughts on the Connect before we get to our last topic to wrap up the main portion of this podcast? All right. Good talk. So our last thing is to talk about our unpopular Stadia opinions that we may have. I know we're going to start setting some fires here. So whether this is maybe game related, feature related, service related, whatever the case is, what opinion do you have about Google Stadia that everyone would just look at you sideways and be like, what the hell are you talking about? Is anyone interested in starting off? Because I don't know if anyone wants to put themselves out there in this way, but no.
Chase. I nominate Chase.
Let me get it out of the way because I'm going to go grab some to drink real quick. And then I think you guys have a lot to say about this. No, I'm just going to grab like a coffee.
Coffee. Okay, you guys can't
Seriously,
see my quotes.
I'm getting a nice coffee. No more. I'm serious. But yeah, no, seriously. So this is the thing. Honestly, I think, and I get a lot of pushback by this, but I don't think Stadia is running in the same kind of race as the other platforms. They're trying to sell hardware that has a premium price tag for even the product seller or whatever, the manufacturer. They're looking at a much longer game. And so it's kind of annoying because we have certain expectations as gamers who've been in the game for a while. We expect to see certain things move a certain pace at a certain way, a certain rate, and they're essentially selling an app, which has a whole different type of, the way that they move, it doesn't move the same, but maybe that's a bad thing for them, but I don't know. I think that they've kind of got it kind of figured out in a way that I just don't think we get yet, and that's my weird thing about Stadia that I have. I don't know. people will look at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Jot that down, Brian.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'll be right back, guys. I'm sure I'll get reamed for that one, but I'll be
1 hour and 53.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, Eddie. What do you hate about Stadia?
I hate about Stadia that I cannot download my games. Just
I would say it's unpopular.
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What opinion do you have that other people may absolutely disagree with you on?
I actually, well, it's not unpopular, that unpopular, but oh my god, I don't know. I'm rambling here, but I actually don't know. Let me think a little bit more.
That's fair. Meg, do you have one?
Well, I feel that my unpopular opinion is that I actually just think that Google's doing a great job, and I think they have the platform works amazing. There's a ton of different games to choose from. I just think their biggest problem, like Chris in chat was kind of saying, is their biggest problem is that like anyone who's on Stadia right now, I would consider like an early adopter of technology because this platform is so new. They just need to get the word out more to like the regular people. In my chat, I have people who don't even know what Stadia is. So honestly, I think they're doing a fantastic job. And for a new platform, I think they're doing great. And they just need to get the word out there a little bit more. And people love to. That's my unpopular opinion in terms of the world. Maybe not all of us Stadia fans because we're already in it, but I only have really positive things overall to say about Stadia and the platform in general. That's my opinion.
Chase.
No, I mean, so it's how do I say this right? Let me take off the business lens hat for a minute and talk about gamer Chase, right?
Yeah.
Eddie always laughs at this. I agree. I actually agree with Meg. For me, the platform works great. I don't have it like for my use case. I've never had any complaints about the platform. The first complaint I've ever had about it was this 720p issue that came up. That was the first one ever about this platform. And actually, that's not true. And the codes were a little frustrating, right? When the launch happened. But I think where my unpopular opinion lies is I don't look at things from my use case. I look at them from how it impacts people beyond our bubble. And I know that really frustrates people because my goal isn't to try to like bash this platform. It's like tough love. Yeah. And it's more so from a place of sometimes we have to step away from the viewpoint that we have and look at the bigger picture on the outside. So I think for me, the one that I've said for a while now was the communication. But the new one for me, and I just literally did a video on this, is they have got to get someone out there now, like not tomorrow. I'm sorry, not next week, not 3 months from now, like tomorrow. They need an Aaron Greenberg. They need someone that goes out and beats down these false narratives. Because right now, when you talk to just general consumers out there, folks, they don't like this platform. And listen, I know that's tough to hear, and I know that's tough to take in, but it's a fact. I talked to 3 people that I haven't talked to in ages, and that we usually always talk about gaming. Yeah. The first 2 of them basically said, I'm not playing on this platform unless those games are coming out at the same time as the other platforms. I'm not even give it a look. The last person that I talked to is a Xbox/PC player, and I said this wrong in my video or the live stream that I did, but they basically decided that they were wanting to know about Cyberpunk, which is like MM said, that's the big game that comes up all the time. Yep. And when they found out that it wasn't coming day and date, they said, well, I'm just not going to play it there. So Google is losing out here to the general market because there's a vacuum. And here's the other unpopular opinion. This is the last one. And I promise I'm going to be quiet. They have got to start taking care of their brand because the publishers aren't. CD Projekt Red you're gonna have to cut this one out, Brian. I'm just gonna say it anyways. They don't give a damn about Stadia.
What?
Brian, take
Hold
note.
on. Okay,
I'm
so
not
this is a
cutting that
family
out.
show. You know what I mean?
How
I got
dare you say that
my
word?
13-year-old is watching this. Okay,
Language.
Stop it.
Anyways, they just don't. They don't care. It's obvious because if they cared, they would have taken the feedback that was already given initially when they messed up the first time and would have fixed their splash page. They've now basically put out that Night City Wire. They put out a trailer that gives off the impression to the general public that this game's coming out on the 19th at Stadia. And if that's the case, if CD Projekt Red isn't going to fight, which they're not, they don't care. If they're not going to fight for Stadia's brand, well, damn it, Stadia needs to. They need to come out and freaking say something. And their silence is it's I'm sorry, this can't happen anymore, y'all. And I think that's my unpopular opinion. I know people say all the time, well, the publishers need to take care of this. Well, if that's the case, then why is it that all of a sudden we start seeing these announcements happening at these Connects? If it's the publisher that needs to make the announcement. You can't have it both ways, folks. They can't tell us it's on the publisher, but then they hold all the cards close to the vest and say, oh, no, but we're going to announce it at our event. It can't be both ways.
No, you're right.
And that's my inherent problem here with them is they got to make a choice here. They have to make a choice. Are they okay with speculation, and are they okay with the way that the public perception is? Because if they are, fine. We'll see where their business model goes. That's not up for me to decide, or any of us here on this panel to decide.
Right.
But if they're not, then they need to start making changes. They have to, because they're losing a battle right now with the general market. They really are. And again, I hate to say that. I know that's tough, but I think the proof is there from some of the conversations that I've been having. And it's not comfortable for me to say it because I love this platform. I don't want to be saying this stuff.
That's fair.
Speculation time. I do believe that at the Connect, we will hear something. And Cyberpunk 2080, we heard you, community. We did our best efforts, and Cyberpunk is coming day and date. There's no reason why, with all of this thing, that it was news all over the place. Once you got the delay and you update the page and your logo still's there on CD Projekt Red, that could have changed it with something. So I do believe that we will hear the Connect something regarding the date gate of Cyberpunk.
So then why are they being coy in the press release then? I mean, are they going to change it in the next two?
The press release is just a copy and paste from what they have always said before.
I wish I could believe that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not, yeah, no, I'm sorry. But again, I don't want to be doom and gloom. For us that are in the Stadia bubble and that love this platform, I'm 100% with Meg. I don't have any complaints, me personally, about the platform at all. I really don't.
And by the way, I have been.
Ryan, what's wrong, Meg?
Okay. All right. I'll let Eddie finish, but I'm gonna kind of send you and or Chase and Eddie another question to kind of combat that. Then go ahead, Eddie.
Just I have been looking on Facebook groups and people posting the page from CDPR, and on the page showing the 14th, and people are saying on those groups, because they don't look at press releases, say, yeah, it's coming day and date. So there you go. The thing that we have been saying, and especially has been vocal about, that you need to use all of those tools, right, to find out it's not coming day and date.
You got to find the magical tortoise and the special chalupa under the rock of the Forbidden Sea. Yeah.
Because like the splash page had the September date in there with the Stadia logo, and when they did the November one, people were like sending like, "Hey, it's coming day and date," and I'm like, "No, it looked just like that before with September." But Raider Guy dropped a $10 super chat. He says, "Awesome
Raider
stuff
guy.
As always. Keep it up."
Hey,
He's repping Raider
What's up,
Nation.
Raider Guy? Thank you.
Go Raiders, go!
But so Chase and Eddie, you kind of like past-ish. Meg did kind of too, right? So let's ask you this then. What really popular game on Stadia that you don't like? Is there one that fits that bill? Like, what game is like generally liked by the public, but you're like, nah, not for me.
Right. Who are you asking?
All three of you.
Yeah, so
one of you can take.
Donald Galways.
Eddie, Eddie, you don't get away with that one, brother. Don't say it. And then
no, Eddie, you bring your after we get done with Meg. After we get done with Meg and her
X'd out. All right, well, let me do it because that was my unpopular Stadia opinion, folks. I'm gonna get it out there right now. Let's do it. I don't think I like ESO.
That's okay.
What?
At least you didn't leave like Eddie did.
Yeah, that's what I decided. Oh, now he wants me to add him back in. I don't know if I
can't
can do that.
believe you don't
That was very
like the
cowardly.
best game that is on the platform.
She's gonna say ever.
Oh,
She's gonna say
Like,
ever.
hold up, Miss. I
no,
played Ocarina of
Skyrim
Time.
is
You
the
don't
best
even know
game
best
ever.
games. All right.
we here at the TSI are looking for a new leader. We're still going to air the show on Brian's channel.
I'm probably going to be doing a solo show now.
What game is popular? Ooh,
Okay, so yeah, pretty much like, a really well-received game that you're like, screw that. Meg doesn't like good RPGs.
I do have one.
What? You just said you don't like ESO. That's an MMORPG and it's amazing. You can play with your friends and it's an RPG and it has endless content. And there's dragons. And there's magic. And there's healing.
I'm still trying. It's just right now. I'm just not feeling it.
Oh my god.
Strike.
Oh my god.
She's coming to you emotional, man.
Get him, Meg.
I can't listen to this. I can't sit here and be subjected to this.
Exactly, Meg. Get him.
Oh my god.
Who is about to go into something? Is that you, Chase?
Yeah, I'm gonna say one that's probably gonna really get people upset in here. I don't like Grid.
Oh, thank you, Chase. I was about to say Grid, but damn self.
I feel that.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Not a
too
fan.
hard.
I
don't think it's too unpopular.
More slept on. I like Crew 2 way better.
Yeah.
Way better than that game.
Yeah.
Everybody hates on that game. I don't know why, but I mean, I know you guys love it. I'm just saying, like, people are like sleeping on that game. Way better than Grid. No hate.
I guess just Grid is cool because it has 40 players altogether.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If it's not more than
Well, I mean,
story, bro.
But you know what? It was important. It was important. I think that was more important because that was in the era of nobody has a Stadia. There's only 5 people in the continental Antarctica with it. Now, when we were doing the 40-car races, that like kind of, I don't want to say shut people up, but it just proved that. But yeah,
I am over it, bro.
Yeah,
the game is just—it's not bad. It's just not for me. It's not fun. I'm sorry. Maybe that's fun. Getting everybody together and. Oh, you were crashing each other. I know you. We know each other.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. That's cool. I'm with that. But
Chris said, "Don't play in the game if you can't drive."
That's cool. Whatever. That's cool.
You need me to tighten yours up.
I'll take it. Game's not fun.
Chris
That's the fact.
no love.
That's the fact.
Hey, you know what? It's not our
That's the
fault. You
facts.
don't like lore and deep gameplay that has dragons, like Meg said. There you go.
There you go.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started again on that.
Yeah, it's a war now, yeah, but that's it for me. I agree with you, Chase, on that one. I was like, I was so ready to unload with that one, man, because
I saw you had something on your heart.
It was on my chest.
As we will probably see when we're close to the end of the year and the sports games start to drop. Like Brian and me are huge fans of sport titles, and we know that people don't even touch sport titles. So it's probably going to be me and Brian playing PGA.
Yeah, let's go. So, I mean, Eddie, it's just probably going to be you and us in the next 2 weeks because we're the only ones that don't really like ESO all that much. So, but MM2K, what was your unpopular Stadia opinion?
I'm on mute.
Well,
everyone sit back and relax. It's gonna be good.
Exactly. Yeah, there's 7 years and 5 scores ago. No,
I'm Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brian. The Elder Scrolls with caps and stripes. No, I agree with. It's a mixture of Meg and Chase. The gamer in me loves the fact that this is new tech. The tech is so good that it plays better than my $500 world's strongest console. You know what I mean? And this is coming from somebody that has been an Xbox fanboy since the Frag Party days. You know what I'm saying? With Halo and stuff like that. And I've given it up in 2018 because I feel some way about the direction, but that's another podcast. With that being said, the tech is so great at 130. I want to play games there instead of playing it on my $500 box. So that's a testament right then and there. So the gamer side of me is satisfied. That
is perfect.
There is a listen, y'all. There is a Jericho photo for everything.
So for those of you that are audio listeners, our good friend the Cap has put out a picture of Chris Jericho with this long ass scroll that's like 5 blocks long to represent him in PK's speech. All right, well, I'll speed it up. Okay, all right. So you make me feel so damn self-conscious on the inside. All right, so let me.
I just think you're gonna have a lot of them. Number one.
It's time for the after show. No, but the business side of me, what Chase was speaking to is, I think this is the unpopular part, because I get hit with this a lot of times. You know, it's not bad because we, the tech enthusiasts, are happy, but ultimately, what Google wants to do is springboard from the tech enthusiasts to the casual crowd. That's where I have my concern. And like Chase, I think the question Google got to ask themselves is, are you okay with trying to springboard yourself into a group that could possibly disperse and let you fall flat on your face? You know what I mean? So the communication that you're doing is going to have long-term ramifications like the Xbox, which I'm really familiar with. You got to work on it now. Better communication. Even if your goal isn't to reach them right now as a consumer, you at the very least should be interesting platform. I don't have anything negative about it, but I'm just not interested right now. You at least want to get to that spot. You're not there right now with the general consumer. So that's my unpopular thing, is that they got to continue to work on that communication so they get to that spot. So when we do go chuck them, off the stage so they can get caught, the crowd doesn't disperse and they don't land flat on their face. So
there you go. It wasn't that long.
That was only 3 hours. That was only 3 hours.
Very succinct.
All right, folks.
Well, mine. Meg said it was a monologue, only to say, "Oh, there's no problems."
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna find that and clip that later and post it on Twitter.
Before we go for our awesome podcast listeners, was there any last things you guys want to touch on? And otherwise, we'll plug what you guys got going on, and we'll wrap this thing up and go into the after show.
I want to say 2 things before we go, because I did kind of rush out to get the drink. But, I want to be clear. That is something that I actually do hate about Stadia, is that Google is pushing essentially an app, like they push Google Maps and all these other things, right? Mm-hmm. It's a whole nother, it's different than what we expect. And I think that's kind of I hate that, because we have an expectation, but I think they're kind of going a different direction with what they're trying to do. And it may work, but not in the way we want it to work. Or it may completely fail because it's not something they'd be able to do in this space in gaming, So I hate that about it, because it's so different that it causes, it's such a great thing, but the way it's being pushed is not. I don't know. That sucks. But also, I wanted to say on a good thing, I use the keys, the key maps or whatever, the map on the controller on the phone. Was it the buttons on the phone to play Power Rangers not too long ago? I played some multiplayer with my wife. She was on the Switch. We were cross playing, and it was perfect. It was fun. I just wanted to say that because
who won?
That was cool.
Well, you don't want to talk about
I
that.
kind of won, but then I kind of let her win. Hopefully she's not listening. No, but it was a good match. No, it was a good match. It was a good match. It was fun. It played well. I just wanted to mention that.
So playing a fighting game on your phone, was that right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It actually worked well. Yeah,
that's awesome. It's tough. All right, Jeremiah, since you're speaking, why don't you go ahead and plug what you got coming up? I believe you said you have a stream coming up very soon.
Yeah. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central, we have Multiplayer Mayhem. I'll be playing ESO. So hopefully I can get with the trash mob, get back in the gang, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I can be induced into the match and inducted or whatever the case, and hopefully y'all show up and show me some love and help me, bring me into ESO, because I barely got my feet wet, my toes wet in this game.
We got you. We got you.
So Multiplayer Mayhem, we'll be doing that tomorrow, 12 Central. Okay. And you're supposed to plug the YouTube channel and everything else, whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So then, you know, on Twitter, you can find me LXIV Gold. And then on YouTube, it's youtube.com/LXIV Gold as well. And again, multiplayer mayhem, everyone is welcome. Come on, Trash Mob, let's do the damn thing. All right,
yeah.
Your wife, you can say damn. That's fine. Where can people find you on Mixer? I'm sorry, we'll talk.
Oh man. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, Mixer.
That was great.
We'll talk about Mixer in the VIP
That
after
was
show.
your
So there's
best
my
joke
plug.
of the night, man. Oh shit!
Yes, I'm gonna roll. Meg, what we got going on your channel?
Well, I don't have any live streams planned currently. I might have a surprise live stream in a couple weeks due to internet issues, which we've all been there, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
However, there will be a video that I am releasing on Monday at 10 a.m. Regarding an exciting upcoming game that will be released on July 1st. So if you guys want to get an early look, make sure you are subscribed. Turn those noties on. Spoiler alert, it's not Monster Boy. And that's youtube.com/MegatronX. And if you guys want to see the other stuff I do that isn't on my channel, you can follow me on Twitter at Meg_Atron_X.
Perfect.
Man, please don't make me follow up on that. She spoke so beautifully and I don't have a speech.
I wrote it earlier. So.
She had such a great speech. I'm just
Eddie. Chase.
What?
Chase, who's on the Saturday morning Stadia Talk tomorrow?
Clive Illenden. I'm actually excited to chat with Clive. So he'll be on at 9 a.m. EDT, and then he'll stick around for 10 a.m. EDT for the Saturday morning Stadia Talk. And of course, I know I say it on every podcast, but it's a community conversation. Bring your coffee, bring your favorite breakfast item or snack, whatever. It's just an open conversation with the community. And tomorrow I will be also doing a co-stream with Eddie for Wave Break because I want to give my opinions on it. I'm excited about that. So keep an eye out for that too.
Is this Clive's first time on your show?
Yes. Actually, I was over on Clive's show first, and it was an awesome time. And things have changed. It's interesting when Clive had me over, we didn't have all this craziness going on with Cyberpunk and everything else. And Clive has got a really unique perspective because he's very much just cut and dry, and it's very much from kind of a legalese type of approach. Yeah. And I like that because we need balanced conversation about these things. It can't just be one content creator talking about their view on it, and then you don't have the other side of the viewpoint. You need both because that helps you learn. So I'm excited to talk with Clive. I think it's going to be a good conversation.
Awesome. MM2K, any more Division streams coming up?
I don't know if I should opine because I don't know if you have the time to listen to my full-fledged speech. No.
I'd say that. Right?
Yeah, that was damn you, Brian. Damn you. I will owe you for eternity for that one. MM2K, you can find me on Broadband Bullies. You can find me on YouTube at MM2K Videos. You can find me at Stadia Dosage. By the way, please check out my fantastic podcast done Thursday with Stadia, Sounds of Stadia. That was fantastic. I'm glad those guys came, and we had a great time. They definitely got to come back. You can also check me on HNDC.live or on Twitch at Mighty Most 2000 for my Division 2 Season 2 streams. Thank God for Eddie for telling me all about that. Holy cow, it's fantastic. And you can catch me playing the intriguing Last of Us 2 until I finish. So
ooh, intriguing.
So you're actually risking streaming that?
Yeah. Well, is there something going on with people streaming it?
Well, I'm just imagining the worst case scenario. Someone pops in chat and says, "Oh, blah 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 happens." I'm like, ugh, no,
oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's why I don't like doing that.
I will bring the banned Thor hammer.
Yeah, people have been pretty good about not doing that as far as. Yeah.
It's always fun. All right, Eddie, you had time to craft a beautiful, elegant speech to follow up on four people.
Thank you. So yeah, guys, you can catch me up with EddiePlayer1.com. We're gonna. What's up, Chase? Tell me.
No. I just realized I didn't. Just keep going.
You interrupted his flow. He had a beautiful, elegant speech.
He ruined it. I mean, yeah, he totally ruined it.
So every Tuesdays 8:30 p.m. on Eastern Time, we have the This Week on Stadia podcast. And occasionally videos here and there, live streams here and there, and catch us up, me and Chase, tomorrow on the live stream of Wave Break, and take a look at Twitter to find out when we're going to be live.
I was about to ask you, did you guys say when? Okay, beautiful. All right, so I think that about sums up for all of us. Again, I'm Brian. You're already here, so you already know where to go. But if you're listening to us, it's youtube.com/Club Stadia. Over on Twitter, Club Stadia TV. And then we do our gameplay streams over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Club Stadia. But unless you guys have anything else, I think that will do it for episode number 6. Are you ready? Wait, what the hell is it? Oh, I don't remember. Are you ready, kids? That's it. I was about to ask if you guys wanted to sing the SpongeBob song to take us off, but maybe not. I don't know the words. Jemima, you know all the words, right?
I
Big
do
SpongeBob
not.
fan. No? Okay.
I do not.
No. All right. That'll do it for episode number 6. If you're here with us on the YouTube stream, stay after for the after show. We're going to talk about Mixer. We're going to talk about the Stadia APK. And then if you have any questions, we'll answer those. So in the meantime, thanks again for all the super chats. Thanks for joining us and spending the last couple hours with us. We will catch you in 2 weeks' time, which is probably, I don't know, like the 11th or 10th or some date in July. So just follow us here on Club Stadia, and we will be with you again. So again, thank you once again for your support, and we will catch you down the road.
Chase is dying.
No, because when he said I can't hear you, and we're all waving because it just fit. They can't hear us waving.
This game is coming to Stadia, right?
What's up?
We didn't talk about SpongeBob, which is coming to Stadia.
We didn't. We were running pretty long, so I didn't want to, because we
Right.
still had like 2 or 3 topics I wanted to hit, and some of them are moving to the after show for that exact reason.
SpongeBob is really coming to Stadia, no boo?
Yes.
That was in the trailer, yeah.
Did you guys see the review? I'm sure you guys have seen the reviewer thing where the guy's like, you have to stand on the pad, but if you stand on the pad to do this, I don't know. It was really stupid.
I actually didn't. So
You didn't see that? Oh my god, yeah. It was something like super obvious to do. You remember how the what was that game that came out not too long, well, a while back, Cuphead? How the reviewer couldn't get past the tutorial stage and was like blaming it on the game tutorial. Like,
no.
it was basically that level. Well, even worse than that, it's like, really, dude? Like, you don't realize you just, okay. And it was like, it was a bad game. Like the game was broken basically. And it was like, really, you're just not even thinking, like literally. And you put that in your review. Like, it was terrible. That's the only reason why I even know that game exists. Because that's the only reason I was like, really? A SpongeBob game? And this is new.
Well, I mean, apparently it was received well. I think it was a GameCube game, and it got a remake. So.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a bad game.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm just saying like the guy was having was having serious trouble to the point he put it in his review. Like, the game is so difficult because of this. I'm like, bruh. You look at what he's doing. It's like, that's not hard. Literally not at all. Yeah. Weird.
So before we get to a Mixer real quick, since it's kind of adjacent to it, Meg, do you want to share your condolences about Dr. Disrespect's ban from Twitch?
So sad. I'm so sad.
Wasn't that your favorite content creator?
Yes, we just talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Was it? I couldn't remember if it was last episode. We were all saying our favorite streamers, and I said it's Dr. Disrespect, and now he's permanently banned off Twitch.
Whoa.
But
it's your fault, man.
Permanently banned. Banned.
7.
The news came out like half an hour before we went live, and my mom heard me shouting, and she was like, "What is going on?" She thought somebody died, and I was like,
"Pretty much,
is banned." And she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Permanently banned? I didn't saw that.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. Check your Twitter because it's all that's on my Twitter right now.
What did the guy do?
No
we don't.
word.
They don't know.
We're all dying to know what happened because there wasn't obvious that was in his stream, so who knows what happened. But anyways, I'm sure it's not the end for the doc. He has things coming up. I think he has
but he had a multi-million contract with Twitch for multi years. Well, probably they can resign the contract saying you didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure, since he violated it. But he has a bunch of stuff coming out. He has a TV show coming out that is supposed to cover like the origins of the dock and all kinds of stuff. So I mean, we're gonna see more from him. He's gonna have to just go to another platform. He already has a big YouTube presence with his highlight videos and stuff. So I think he'll probably come over here. So, which is great. The more the merrier. I think everyone should be on YouTube.
Yeah, considering that he had that, because that's the first thing I thought about is the deal that he had with them. It's got to be something pretty serious to ban him like that. And
yeah, he's the biggest streamer on the platform.
Did he like roll up a $100 bill and I mean
do a wave break live on it?
You know what I'm saying? That was nice, a good wave break. What happened?
I'm sure we're gonna find out. It's gonna come out at some point.
I think so.
I think
so.
If it's bad enough, he might lose that TV deal too. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's
depends on his contract with the AAA games. I think he has not AAA, triple A something out in, I don't know, in America. I don't know about America, but yeah, he has a big deal with them. So hopefully they don't drop him.
Yeah, I like his content. He's hilarious. But
yeah, no one is a better entertainer than the Doc. No offense, guys.
Wow.
I mean, it's the Doctor Disrespect. I mean, come on.
I still can't get over that. I still can't get over that Gears 5 stream where he's like, you just slide and slide. I mean, that's you. I hope they didn't delete that video. I hope that video exists somewhere. You have to see that.
Oh yeah, the mobile data
content. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get into this.
Moving on to the after show, so we're not here until tomorrow at 3 a.m.
I'm literally thinking about getting a 5G phone too, so they might be able to play on 4G LTE now.
It's like this APK unpacking happens just before we go live. This happened yesterday though, but they're very timely. Love it. But apparently, mobile data might be a lot closer than anticipated because according to 9 to 5 Google, we're anticipating the launch of being able to play Stadia on mobile data, which, I mean, I have an unlimited plan for my phone, so this would be awesome to have. This is good. This is cool. I mean, because a lot of people do have unlimited plans. 5G is around the corner, so a lot of people are going to be able to play in a very good state, which 5G will be able to deliver. Some 4G connections may not be able to do so, but this is big news. Do you guys foresee using Stadia on a mobile data plan, or is this, I mean, not too much to you because you don't play in handheld mode all that much?
Yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you, do you have a 5G phone?
Yeah, it's enabled. I mean, that's the S20 Ultra 5G. So once it becomes available here, then I can use it. Yeah.
Because I was going to ask, because I was thinking about getting one of those or something along those lines for 5G to start playing now, but you could even play on 5G right now without them updating yet, right?
As far as I know, because I think Stadia has to have a Wi-Fi connection to work no matter what.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that wouldn't even. I'm glad I didn't go for that. They were offering me a deal. So,
yeah, unless you're playing on the Chrome browser on your phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but then you might have issues and whatnot. Okay. I see. Okay. All right. Cool. Yes, though. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hell to the yeah. Eddie, were you gonna say something about this or?
No, you broke it right. It's other than you having the connection, but you know what's weird? This I think that's the APK who has recently been pushed, and I don't know if it's because I am in Canada or whatsoever, but I didn't got the update yet on my phone. So because I know there's another thing here, and I think I saw on Gem Stadia Twitter something like the amount of hours you played one game. Now you can see it as well. But again, my Stadia wasn't updated the last time I saw, and that's why I'm looking at it again to see if I got the current version or not.
So is that actually
fellow Canadian?
Is that supposed to be actually active that you can see, or is just like some like little toggle that you can eventually see? I didn't catch everything on it.
To be honest, neither did I. Okay. Yeah, I see you have the version 2.19, and this is 2.3.
Yeah, I have the May update, whatever that one. It's probably 2.19.
The one Jem was pointing out is just in the script that you can see it there now, but they haven't like put it live into the app. But if you know how to look at the secrets, it's there.
Gotcha.
Secrets.
Secrets. They are no fun. Family sharing's coming, which a lot of people, I mean, for me, this does nothing because I'm the only one in here that plays games. But to a lot of people that have maybe a brother and sister, a child in the house, maybe their wife games as well, husband games as well. This is a big deal. So you don't have to double dip into games with different accounts. Is this a feature that any of you guys are going to be taking advantage of, or one that you really don't care about?
Yeah, I'd definitely be taking advantage of something like my wife. She likes to dibble and dabble a little bit in Stadia herself. So
yeah. So I mean, the one thing that needs to be noted about this is that Germani, if you have the game open, your wife can't play the same game, so she would have to repurchase it. It appears so. Each game can be played by one family member at a time. So
that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a way for them to still make money, and it might have something to do with like legal issues too when it comes to that. But anyone else going to be enabling family sharing once it comes out? If that's a big deal to you, Chase, Eddie, MM2K is also raising his hand.
I'm definitely going to use family share. Children and tight budgets. So my son is
the prodigy.
Yep. Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
The prodigy wants to play every single game that I have, and I'm not buying it again. Thank God he's getting a job this summer. But
you know what would be interesting to see? Let's say take an example of the Division 2 MM. You are playing the Division 2, and your son wants to play with you. Maybe you could get a second copy under family sharing, but with a small discount.
That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. But I doubt that they're even going to allow that for a while.
That's a good idea, though.
That is a good idea.
Stadia, please do it.
There you go. I mean, that encourages, an extra purchase. So, I mean, it's either you're going to get maybe, so let's say Division 2 is, I mean, I know it's not, but like the base game's $10. But if you already own it and maybe someone in your family wants to purchase as well, it's $8. So, I mean, it's either you get $8 or you get $0. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. Do I think it'll happen? No way. But it's a great idea. I like the idea. That's awesome. Go ahead, Chase. You have something about the 5G aspect?
Yeah, I was trying to look at the network providers here. It looks like it just was on T-Mobile. I haven't had a chance to look at AT&T's yet, but it looks like for a couple of them, they are still going to be doing data throttling. So here's why that's a problem. Because if they throttle it down to a speed that Stadia can't support, then the whole purpose of mobile data goes out the window. And there's right now with 4G LTE, there's only, and I only know maybe a handful of people that truly have, when I say unlimited, I mean, they don't throttle you down to kbps once you hit a limit of gigabytes. So I don't know. I'm not so excited about that because until we truly see that 5G is really unlimited, like they've promised, I hate to be the spoiler in the room, but yeah.
Now, typically the way I've done it, the way I've seen it, because I worked in a telecom company for a while, and it's usually throttled when you're in a high traffic area. I mean, is that still the case, or is it no matter what?
Well, if you have a bunch of people cloud gaming, that's going to be high traffic.
Well, I mean, that's if like say you're in like a suburb, but if you're like in a rural area, is that going to matter?
I mean, no, but I don't know, man. This is such a tough because there were all these promises made about 5G, and there's just a lot of things coming out now that it's going right back to the same place we were at with 4G LTE. Gotcha. And as far as the US is concerned, this is kind of concerning to me. The rest of the world's fine because you really do get unlimited. There is no limit. They don't do that to you in UK and Europe and other places.
Yes, that's true. All right. So after family sharing, we also had notifications. Like, why? I mean, this is kind of going back to the whole messaging thing and talking about it on the Connect. Why have notifications not been a thing since the initial launch? Does anyone have a good answer for that? Because I don't. I mean, this is good that they're finally going to introduce it. So maybe someone is not logged into Stadia for like a month and a half, and they're like, "Hey, come back to Stadia. We got Monster Boy and Krata for free for Pro members and stuff like that." So probably not too much to say about notifications itself, but this is good to see that a standard feature in every single app on your phone is finally coming to Stadia. It looks like so. This is good. Don't have anything to say about that?
Yeah, because when there's a new game that comes out, I hate having to constantly go and like look to see when it's going to be there. And then what game came out and it didn't even, there was no new releases. You had to just like go to alphabetical and scroll down to find it. Do you guys remember that? So I want to get a notification. Most people don't want notifications, but for once we actually want them and they're not there. So let's do it.
Yeah, which you'll have the option to turn them off, which you can do for literally any app. But
of course,
getting like new game release announcements, new sales. Like how many new sales would you get if you said, "Hey, we got a new sale in Division 2, Assassin's Creed, and more. Come look in the store." That's just a dumb fact that they don't do this already. Look, I mean, just based off of this, it almost looks like it's only for the pro games, though. So, I mean, are we expecting that's going to be the case, or are we going to get other notifications as well? I don't know.
I don't think that's all inclusive.
Wow.
You know what? I would love to get more notifications. Like, there are special deals now, and these are the new games that just became available right now. So I don't need to check the blog post. I just get a notification on my phone saying, "Oh, okay, there are new games. Oh, okay, there are new deals." Yeah. I'd much rather get a notification than need to search for it. And once again, you can enable or disable a notification.
Yeah, and kind of going back to the app itself and talking about blog posts, like when you go to the Explore tab on Stadia, it's literally the same thing it was on November 19th. This is where you should put like the blog in there, like. There should be like a rotating news update. So every time Stadia's community blog posts something, that should automatically update with it too. So I mean, just there's a lot of things they could do, obviously. So notifications is a good step in the right direction, I think. But anything else about this APK you guys want to talk about? I mean, standard stuff, but stuff that's exciting for some people. Nope. All right. Sounds good. So let's talk about Dr. Disrespect's new home. Also known as Mixer.
That is horrible.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
I have a speech about that. That's so god awful.
All right, the list. So on Monday, Tuesday, some day this week, Mixer came out or Microsoft rather, might have been Mixer itself, but came out and said that Mixer is ceasing operations starting middle of July. Will be officially migrating everybody, partners included, to Facebook Gaming, one of the fastest growing gaming platforms out there for game streamers. They're planning on a smooth transition, but there's some negative aspects to it. Mixer's had some problems, whether it's the actual employee aspect of it, which on Monday night, I think it came out that there's some very racist managers involved. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see that, and literally the next day found out that Mixer was closing down. So don't know if it was like a catalyst to say, okay, yeah, we're done with this, or if that was just kind of another tip of the iceberg moment for them. But Mixer is officially closing in July. They're moving everyone to Facebook, and the big thing is the contracted people. So people like Ninja and Shroud knew this ahead of time, but partners, just streamers in general, found out the same time we did. Terrible move. I get with like basic streamers, like, so if I'm over there streaming on Mixer, like if I'm not told, whatever, it's whatever. But like, yeah, partners, people that are much more ingrained into their ecosystem, maybe relying on Mixer as a main source of income. This is bad. Very. So that being said, they're going to Facebook Gaming. Do you guys use Facebook Gaming at all for watching streams, playing? Eddie, what do you got about Facebook Gaming?
Yeah,
Keep
no.
lying.
No, I do use Facebook Gaming. There are a few Brazilian streamers that I watch. There are a few friends that I watch who are on Facebook Gaming. And I do believe it has potential to be a solid number 3. It's just a matter to see how much they will grow. In the past year, they double on size, but still a smaller number on Twitch compared to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, Facebook Gaming, it has much more stuff for streamers than YouTube Gaming in terms of features and tools.
Okay.
But yeah, just like a Twitch. Just like on Twitch, you like all the integrations you have on Twitch, you have on Facebook, and you get much more not notifications, but alerts Like on YouTube, you don't get any alert. If somebody like your live stream, you can get an alert from that.
Mhm.
On Facebook, you get an alert for like, you get an alert for follow, you get an alert for share the stream. So it gives you much more ways to interact with the public. So I think once again, I've said this multiple times. I know it's not big in North America. Big streamers tends not to like Facebook. Actually, North America tends not to like so much Facebook because we'll say, Facebook already has all my data, so am I gonna give my gaming data to them already? So I don't mind too much because Google already has all my data as well. So I know these companies are evil; they are on the dark side. But anyway, I am on the dark side as well.
Ready to accept the chip, then, Eddie?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just tattoo on my forehead if you guys want to.
All right, there you go. Eddie is ready, guys. Let's take him.
So their initial plan here is that xCloud and Game Pass are going to be somehow integrated into Facebook, probably like Stadia's planning to do with the YouTube. So that's where this kind of becomes a topic of conversation for us. Short term, this move really means nothing because, I mean, from what I've seen so far is that most people that were streaming on Mixer planning on going to Twitch. Now, your big streamers like Ninja and Shroud, they're now free to do whatever they want. So, I mean, do you think they're going to buy into what Facebook is going to be offering by exclusively teaming up with Xbox, or are they going to find themselves back over on Twitch or YouTube, whatever the case may be? Jeremiah, I'll start with you. Let's start with Ninja, I guess. I mean, do you think Ninja is going to be joining us here on YouTube, or do you think he's going to be going back to Twitch, even though he had a very rough breakup over there? I don't know if
Chase the bag, man. Whoever's willing to drop the bag, he is a free agent ready to take another bag from another company. So whoever's going to pay, that's where he's going. And maybe YouTube would be willing to pick him up. I mean, it's a great opportunity. So I think they'd be willing to drop a bag on him. But that's where I think the man is going for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, being able to leverage someone like Ninja into Stadia, for example, that'd be huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could possibly tie Fortnite to that eventually if it came to the platform. But Meg, do you see most people that were Mixer streamers migrating over to Facebook, or do you think they're just going to say, no, Facebook's not for me either?
I don't know. I've been surprised about people talking about Facebook gaming because I don't know anybody on Facebook gaming, and like I know a bunch of other streamers on all the other platforms. So I don't know, is it kind of like a niche to be over there? I don't really know. I would be surprised to see a whole bunch of people all go over to Facebook from Mixer. I have seen on my Twitter some Mixer streamers announcing that they are moving, and they've all been coming over to YouTube. But I mean, I don't know if that's just a random sample of people that I follow or what that is. But I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Facebook gaming. I don't know if your streams are kept indefinitely. I don't know what uploading videos is like over there. That's something I really like about YouTube, is that all of your streams are kept on your channel forever, and you can also upload videos. It's really flexible. Especially with us, being focused on Stadia, we know those features, those integration are going to come. So it's the place that like we want to be, because it doesn't really make sense to be on another platform than what your platform is, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. I would be surprised to see them all flock over to Facebook gaming. I know Stadia streamer in our community, he's coming over to YouTube, so I'm happy to see him come over here, or that person. So yeah.
Chase, you might be able to kind of enlighten us with this. Facebook is one of the really faster growing platforms, correct? You touched on this earlier this week.
Yeah, 2018 forward to now, year on year, they've been the fastest growing platform out of all three, between Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook gaming. And Eddie touched on this. Facebook gaming is not big here in North America,
right?
And part of that is because there's a distrust with Facebook. We know that, but in the rest of the world, in South America, Europe, Eastern Europe, in Asia, it is very popular. It's actually, at least I know in Asia, I think it's the second most popular platform. So this is a move by xCloud that they're trying to put chess pieces on the board. They're trying to play checkmate with Google and saying, okay, you're in 14 countries right now. We're trying to expand and we're going to get into these markets, but it's a space race, y'all. They're trying to get into these markets before Google can. And especially in the Asian markets, I will tell you, and this is kind of a known fact, is they have extreme brand loyalty. Once they're on a specific product and once they have gone to that product, that's what they stick with. They don't go around to different products. Like Nintendo and Sony are what's big over there. Yeah. Microsoft products really don't take off over there for that reason. It's brand loyalty. So that's what Microsoft's doing here. And I think this is something that I do want to say about this, again, to just get some thought behind this one. When we talk about Stadia, folks say, well, you can't talk about Facebook and Microsoft. It doesn't make sense. Well, hold on. YouTube and Stadia go together because YouTube brings what? Awareness to Stadia.
Yeah.
Facebook gaming in these other markets is going to bring awareness to what? xCloud. And it's interesting. It's very curious that you didn't see Microsoft talk about Xbox in this press release. Why didn't they? There's an easy answer. They're already, Germani said this before. I mean, this dude, Germani is like, I swear he's clairvoyant because he's always 5 steps ahead on some of these things. Microsoft's going to pivot, man. As soon as this box drops in November or December, they're immediately going to be moving to the cloud. I'm serious, y'all. It's going to be, here it is. Have fun with it. We're already over here on the cloud. They are going to pivot so fast. It's going to be like, I'm serious, y'all. They're going to pivot. They're immediately going to pivot on this. And that's what they're doing. They're going to allow Facebook to be the highlighting factor of that platform to say, hey, this streamer is streaming on xCloud. Here's the link, just like Google's doing. Click on the game. You're going to be right inside of xCloud to play the game. That's what this is. It's a chess piece move. Yeah. And eventually, it will pick up in North America. It will. There will be folks that when they're playing on xCloud and Facebook gaming is the highlighted way to stream, they're going to use that feature if that's what they're playing on. So it will catch up. But that's not what Microsoft's concerned right now about. They're concerned about these other markets that have been untapped.
Okay. I mean, wouldn't you say that would have happened for Mixer? Because the way Xbox leverages streaming on their platform, that's with Mixer. So.
No, because Mixer doesn't have any brand awareness in these other countries.
Yeah, that's fair.
Facebook does. That's the difference here. And this is, listen, the Mixer thing is terrible and horrible, and the reports that came out of what's going on over there, abhorrent, wrong. People that did the things that were described shouldn't have no place in any company or business acting like that. But you have to also look at the other side of this, that this move that they made is a move for a future tense. They are trying to be ahead of the curve. And I said this earlier in the week, and I'm going to say it again. Microsoft was a mile behind Stadia. With this move, they just moved to the half mile mark. They are now catching up. They are catching up, y'all. And you may not think it's a big deal here in North America, but in the rest of these countries around the world, this is a big deal, and it will pay dividends for them.
Yeah.
I want to add to something is just because I follow a lot of the streaming world of streamers and etc. But there has been strong talks that actually Microsoft was cutting losses with Mixer, and actually Facebook bought the assets of Mixer.
Yeah.
So and during the buying period, they had the negotiation. So it's not like Mixer decided to partner with Facebook. Facebook went and grabbed Mixer I see you guys are desperate, so let's make a deal. And Microsoft and Facebook ended up purchasing what was left of Mixer.
To add to that, though, most of that is spot on. However, Microsoft kept a lot of the tech that was with Mixer, and they're probably looking to license. They're going to license that out, which I think is still a smart move by Microsoft, because I think what Microsoft is starting to understand is that them trying to control all this stuff under an umbrella like Google or like an Amazon may not be their forte. They are great technical wizards, but managing these products and services like their competitors maybe ain't their thing, and maybe their best bet is just having strategic partnerships. But I want to add something else to what people may perceive would have happened here. the racial incidents that were being recorded prior, that the guy went and talked to Phil Spencer about, I believe that may have expedited the move, but it's not why the move happened.
No, not at all.
Yeah, this look like there's a chart that I think we had up there from I don't know if you guys see it in the private chat, but this just shows you where how stagnant Mixer was starting to become. Oh nope, I sent the wrong link. Oh, my bad. Hold on, let me send.
No, but it's showing that year-over-year growth. They couldn't even get 0.5%.
Yeah. Oh, no. You got it. Okay. Yeah. They couldn't even get 0.5%. So they looked at this. They have this information before we had it. They looked at Facebook gaming at 238%. They understand that in the continental United States, Facebook gaming still ain't the greatest, but like Eddie alluded to, spot on. It's great in other places. They want to hit hard in the Asian markets and the Middle East markets. And then at the very least, on a global perspective, they can, like Chase said, they can tap into the whole, well, if you click a button, if you click on hashtag cyberpunk, and I know I've been saying this ad nauseum all week, but if you're on Instagram and you click on hashtag cyberpunk, it'll lead you to a place to where you can actually play the game online. That's huge for Xbox. Not saying it changes the tide of the technology, but it's huge because, like Chase said, and like 6-4 has been alluding to, they were light years behind. Mixer had no saturation whatsoever. Look at this chart. And that helped closes that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to clarify something. When I say that they've caught up to the half-mile mark, and I see people are saying they're basing it off of technology, I'm talking about mind share, folks.
Exactly.
Because once they get into these markets, it doesn't matter whether Google's better or not. If Microsoft beats them to the punch in these
marketing
markets,
the product,
that's it. People are going to just go with what's there, and they're going to go, oh, well, why would I go to this when this already works? Folks, we got to get out of these silos about what works for us. I'm telling y'all, you got to listen. I'm trying to be respectful here, but I got to say it again. We got to wake up. We got to wake up because the general market out here isn't thinking like we're thinking.
Not at all.
I'm just trying to be honest with y'all.
Not at all. I mean, even with wasn't it the HD DVD and Blu-ray? When the two of those, the HD DVD was a better product, but the Blu-ray had better marketing in the product.
That's it.
So I mean, we've had this
great show.
I've said that as well. They can outmarket them for sure, and that's where Google definitely needs to step their game up. But I mean, definitely in the terms of technology, because I've commented in that comment section here or in the chat that I agree they're behind in terms of the technology. Exactly. But absolutely, they can definitely outmarket me, guys, and do not get it twisted when it comes to the gaming space. Microsoft is light years ahead of Google in terms of marketing their product. If we're not, I mean, come on, if we're going to be honest here. So, they do have an advantage in terms of that now. And even with that, like you were saying, now they're actually in a space where they can compete closer to what Google has to offer, because now they can even offer like, hey, you can click this link and thing. So it can be pseudo Google, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the highlighted features that, people, they're easy to market or whatever, they'll have on the surface, but with Mixer, again, there was no chance of them even being able to do that, absolutely. But I still think that them doing this, because I had this conversation, I think LXIV was talking to me when I was streaming at one point about it. He mentioned it to me. This still does bode well for Stadia and cloud gaming and streaming in general, because for a company like this to again make such a dramatic move and go in the direction that again, Tracy said I've talked about before so rapidly, it lets you know that this is a very serious space. I mean, to them drop their own product, like, you're not working, and we're going directly with a competitor. You know what I mean? And we're taking our chances, rolling the dice with these guys because we got to get in here now. But
and the fact in the press release, Germani, that they didn't even mention once about Xbox Series X.
Right. Yeah, that's
like not even unmentioned. You would think that if they're going to integrate this as part of their new push, they're going to talk about the consoles. Folks, that tells you they're thinking right there. They're not even thinking about these platforms, man.
And this is the thing about Microsoft. We've seen time and time again. And I think I was telling, was I talking to you about it, Brian, about the community? I don't want to bash too hard, but it's just like people just do not see the signs. You know what I mean? They don't want to see the signs. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, yeah. And then something gets completely destroyed and removed by Microsoft. They're like, oh, we didn't care anyway. Yeah. And it's like, what? So this is kind of telling. Like before you know it,
yeah,
they're just gonna get on with it, move it out of the way, and then well, you can do that shit on PC, streaming, you know. And so it is what it is. But yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna pick up the mic from Jamani, who hit it right on the nail, but I'm gonna be a little bit less mature, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll dog the community, but there's a reason behind this. So
it's brother, because I'd be wanting to, but then I'd be like, man, y'all upset me.
Here's why I'm doing this, and don't let's not call it dogging. I'm a still one from Chase. We're gonna call it righteous indignation.
All right, fair enough.
Here's why. Okay. So a lot of you guys and gals that love Xbox so much, I've been playing Xbox since the frag parties, since 2000. I've been playing Xbox since the beginning. It was my primary. I love the GameCube first, but then after the GameCube went kaput, it was. It was my primary console, my primary way to play up until 2018. So I have spent tens of thousands, me and my brother, buying dual consoles because we're both stingy, spoiled brats, and we didn't want to share shit with each other, but we wanted to play together, but we didn't want to share the same console. I've spent tens and thousands of dollars on this ecosystem. I've earned the right to dog it out for this reason only.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing that I see where we talk about this stuff where people are like, it's a nothing burger, don't worry about it, is the same stuff I saw in 2013 when I told my Xbox brethren, hey, look, this could be problematic, this whole Kinect focus. Oh, this is it's a nothing burger. Xbox ran away with the software sales last gen, and look at where we're at in 2020. Okay. So again, all it takes, like 646, everybody's been saying on this panel, is clever marketing. You ain't got to have the better product, but if you have the better marketing, you can just easily say, look, we may not have the cloud infrastructure that Stadia has, but at least you get to install our stuff on a box too. And that's the winning argument right now. So again, we got to get out our silos. We got to get out of La La Land. We are a small percentage of gamers that know the truth.
Oh yeah.
We got to understand that we got to get to the bigger fish in order for this thing to succeed.
I mean, look,
somebody clip this.
Say, look, you know, Android and Samsung phones are way better than iPhones, but look who was more popular for a while. I'm just saying.
Yes, I agree with you, 6'4". I'll die on that hill with you, my brother. I will die on the hill with you.
How did I know we were going to go to this place?
That's just the best example of it, man.
I think Eddie was going to say something.
Except
I actually want to share some data. You guys know how many users YouTube has? Because we said, YouTube is a huge part of Stadia, right? YouTuber has 2 billion active users.
Yeah.
I was going to say 500 million. Nice. Wow. That is a third of the world.
Facebook has 2.6 billion active users.
Wow.
But wait, that's more. WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook, has 1.5 billion users. Instagram has 1 billion users. So, of course, some of those users repeat themselves across.
There's cross-pollination.
But if you sum up those numbers, they destroy the numbers of YouTube, which is the social media platform from YouTube.
Yep.
So,
and what is Facebook? Like, again, this is something else that we got to throw in this conversation.
It's a social network.
Just add it to this social network.
You was good. I just replied.
Yes. Add it to this buffet that we've got going on here. What is Facebook, y'all? And why is it? What is so valuable to Microsoft that I think is, again, we got to look at this.
Data.
It's data. Google has what? Data. Microsoft doesn't have this kind of data, y'all. They just opened up a whole new world.
Yes.
Folks, again, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is not something to just be taken lightly.
Well,
I'm trying to tell you all, this is not something to be taken lightly.
I was going to say something, but I guess it kind of goes hand in hand, because I was going to say, like, a lot of those people that are on Facebook are like grandmas and the uncle players who are still in the club. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't use Facebook anymore. I know a lot of you guys do. I do not.
No, I hardly use it.
and I've actually deleted my account, but I was going to use as an example to say, like, what are the players going to be? But it's, again, not the hardcore players. It's the casuals that they're looking for, because Facebook has been able to execute on the casual gamers, with the Facebook games. I've even played the Farmville or something, whatever they had on there for a little while. You know what I mean? The little city thing or whatever it was. I don't know. But so, I mean, it gives Microsoft a better opportunity to do that, because they're trying to compete for those hyper casual players as well. So
it's good. It's a good point, because what does Facebook have that what does Facebook have that YouTube doesn't? It's people that have a built-in audience. Like, I don't know how many friends you guys have on Facebook, but I mean, that's your built-in audience.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not every one of those. Yeah, exactly. Not every one of those people are going to be interested in watching someone play video games, but it's going to be a lot easier to reach those people and say, hey, go to my YouTube page on a very different website or app and look at me there. But I mean,
Facebook, they'll say, well, I don't like this, but hey, my nephew might, or my niece or cousins or friends, hey, check out my cousin or my friend or whoever.
Yeah.
So I want to give 2 examples still about Facebook. We know Reddit and the official Reddit from Stadia, right? Which has 78K members. It's the official Reddit from Stadia.
Yeah.
There is a Facebook group. Actually, there are a few Facebook groups from Stadia. The biggest one has around 12K members. And there is a Facebook group for Brazil, Stadia Brazil, which I am a moderator, by the way. But anyway, it has 1K members, and Stadia hasn't even reached Brazil yet.
Oh,
that's nuts.
So there's no promotion. There's anything. It's just people who look up for those. So even though there are people already looking for those kind of things, and as you were saying, there's an audience that once it drops there, it already immediately grabs that audience of players who may be interested or not on those. And again, looking specifically, I understand a lot of people stopped using Facebook. Most of them migrated to use Instagram and then TikTok. People using on Twitter. But there are a lot of people, especially on those other countries than North America, that still uses Facebook daily.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not as distrusting as we are, because we live it day in and day out, where we have to listen to this stuff. And I think that's the thing, is we look at this through a much different lens than the rest of the world. If you go on the Stadia Twitter handle, I can't tell you how many times I see people that are from Brazil asking, when is it coming to Brazil? I've seen from India. I've seen from just recently a couple times from Egypt. Like people from, some folks from Egypt asking. So we have to remember that we're just one small segment of the world. And just because that's not our preference, it is a preference for the rest of the world. And this is what these companies are banking on. Folks, we have had the pleasure, let me say it this way. We have had the pleasure of having consoles and the ability to purchase consoles for decades. Yep. The rest of these countries can't afford it because of what? Tariffs, taxes, and everything else. Once you unlock gaming on a mobile device in these other countries, whoever gets to that space race first is going to have a massive foothold.
Right, a lockdown. I mean, we do make up the majority of the space, but at the end of the day, having like you said, a foothold, a lockdown essentially on the mind share and creating that loyalty is huge importance, because it's still going to generate tons of revenue from regardless.
I can speak on that by experience, but this I'll trust me, I'll spare you guys. But Trinidad, as an example, me and my brother came up with this scheme to ship games to Trinidad almost 15, 20 years ago because of, like Chase said, tariffs and things like that. So because they paid quadruple the price for consoles and games to get them shipped over there.
So they're like the Benzes and
exactly,
like the BMWs, like I got an Xbox. Oh
yeah. So can you imagine if all this stuff is being distributed digitally and they no longer have to pay quadruple for everything because there's no shipping, no freights and all that other stuff? Gaming is going to explode in these localities. So we got to understand, I agree with both Chase and Jamani. We are the biggest slice of the pie, but it doesn't mean the other slices of the pie are small either when you put them together.
Well, in the current
yeah.
gaming landscape, though, we are. But in the
No, you guys
population
are
of the
not.
world-
If you are adding the whole gaming, including mobile, Asia takes 47% of the market.
Correct. That's what I was trying to get. Like, we are a small footprint when it comes to the population of the world, and even in the gaming segment, if you look at all gaming. And I respect, because I know a couple people are saying I'm wrong. I don't necessarily say people are wrong, but with all due respect, that may be your view, but this is my view that I'm presenting from a business lens, and I'm looking at it specifically from PR and marketing. I have a background in it. I'm drawing from that experience, so you don't have to agree with it, but I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to push thought. It's something we got to think about. That's all. And I respect everyone's opinions in here, just to be clear. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't respect your opinion, Chase. You suck. You absolutely suck.
Respected this motherfucker.
Yeah, do you remember? It was Chael Sonnen after the one fight. He came to the mic and said, "Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck." So yeah, Chase, you absolutely suck. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Terrible.
He said, "Thank you, Eddie." Thank
My
you.
favorite post. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Meg, do you again, I always try to ask these questions the right way. Have you come across anyone that streams that you know that maybe in a different market than we are in North America that uses some of the stuff that we're talking about? Because I know you said you don't know anyone that does Facebook gaming, but what about Mixer or what we were talking about earlier? No,
That streams like what?
Other than YouTube. So let's remove Twitch from it, because Twitch is the other common one, but either Mixer or Facebook. You already said no to Facebook, but Mixer, did you know anyone that was on that platform?
No.
Okay. So
I didn't even, Mixer wasn't on my radar until Ninja went to Mixer.
Okay.
And that was such big news.
It was. Yeah.
And then I was like,
$30
who's
million
on Mixer?
bill.
And I went and Ninja moved over, so I was like, okay, let's check out Mixer, and I didn't see anybody there that I watched. So
Shroud ended up doing the best deal ever, because Shroud was on Mixer for 6 months, bagged up 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to pay them out. See, they were smart, because what they did is they forced them to pay them out on those contracts in the attempt to renegotiate. And Facebook reportedly doubled the offer of what Mixer had given Ninja, which would have been 60 million.
Yeah.
He's crazy if he doesn't because I don't think YouTube's going to pay that. They've already maxed out some of their payouts that they've done. So if YouTube doesn't need
Ninja. YouTube is doing great with PewDiePie and Courage.
Right.
Like PewDiePie was playing The Last of Us 2 with 100K people watching.
Okay, hold on. LeBron James is available in free agency, and you're not going to try signing him?
If I am YouTube, I'm going to say, okay, I offer you $2 million.
Well, I mean,
$2 million?
You could. Hey, look. Hey, Brian. You can look at that, and you can say, well, maybe this ain't LeBron's season, because Mixer didn't. He sure as hell didn't help Mixer. He didn't help them stay in the game. You know, so.
I get that.
And if you made in a couple of stock options, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, Ninja has 25 million people on YouTube already following him.
Like Ninja already has a successful YouTube channel, with 25 million. Why would I pay much more just to have him streaming here when I have other streamers that I already signed in and doing great?
Because he's the most popular one.
Right, but he's probably gonna go with Twitch for less than that.
I don't know.
He may not forgive Twitch.
Exactly. Where he's going, if he's not going, I'm going to stream on D Live.
I think you may see these guys go back to Facebook. Again, it's a negotiating tactic. What they did is the smart. Like if I was their legal representative, I would have told them the same thing. Like cut and run, take the money and renegotiate with Facebook and get the money you deserve. And guess what? If they do a unique deal where they do, like, let's say it's instead of a 5-year deal, they do a 2 or 3 year with a no non-compete at the end of it. Because some of those contracts, they put like a 6-month or a 12-month non-compete where then you can't move to another platform. That's the way to go. That's the way you push them into a corner. You take the money. and then you can go wherever you want after that point. These guys, if they're smart, they'll go for paydays, and I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. Hell yeah, go for the bag.
Yeah,
That's where they're going. Wherever the bag.
It's a business. They're in it. They're gonna go where the money is. Like it's just if Facebook gaming offers them a certain amount, but they think they can make more money on YouTube, that's where they'll go. You know, that's
right.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I hate calling them kids, but those kids doesn't care about money anymore. Like Shroud, when he comes back to Twitch, doesn't matter. He go back to Twitch. He could have. He will be loved in Twitch because he was already very well loved on Twitch. So when Shroud comes back, it's gonna be like a homecoming moment. But Ninja had a tough breakup with porn. Was getting porn.
They put porn
related to his name on Twitch. So I don't see Ninja going anywhere on Twitch. No. I don't see Ninja coming to Facebook because he already expressed clearly that he didn't want to stream on Facebook, just because the North America thing again.
Yep.
Unless it's money though, unless they didn't give him what he wanted.
But he had that with Mixer, and how'd that work out? Like,
yeah,
I'm sure he lost
just
a lot
got
of money
100 million
elsewhere.
30 million.
Yeah,
I think
people don't make a certain amount of money and stop caring about money.
Yeah,
that's not how it works. People don't get rich by not caring about money.
I agree,
so
but
they still want the money wherever the money's the best.
But it doesn't matter where they're going, they're still gonna make money. It's just a matter of signing a huge contract to get much more money, or just going whatever you are happy. Maybe it doesn't bring you them amount of money, but you are happy doing the content on the platform you like. So
I'm kind of with Eddie here.
Happy on? Do you think he was happy on Mixer?
I think I'm kind of
no.
I'm with Eddie on this one. I think that Mixer. I think that Ninja thought that his shit didn't stink, and I really thought that he could revamp himself and would really do well on Mixer, and it didn't go anywhere. And I believe I'm with Eddie on this one. I think that's probably hit home, and he's like, nah, screw that. I'm not doing Facebook. And I get it. They're putting a lot of money at him. I know that's tinfoil hat theory. I get it. But at some point in time, you got to think about the longevity of your brand. And right now, where Facebook is at, I don't think he's looking at it. That's just my opinion.
Well. See, here's the only thing, and again, I'm just telling you from business, and Meg was saying the same thing basically about money. You see companies all the time do the what? Denial to do what? To force a negotiating tactic. They'll say anything that they can, like, I'm not coming to the platform. Not going to do it. And then what's Facebook going to do? They're going to up their ask. They're going to basically say, okay, well, we were going to offer you 60. Okay, we'll give you 80 now. Are you interested? Until they get to a point where it's at an equal playing ground. Listen, Facebook has more to gain than anybody right now to get that man on this platform. I guarantee you they're gonna pay up. I'm serious, y'all. I would do not be surprised if you see Ninja over on Facebook Gaming. I think it's a negotiating tactic.
I would be surprised, but at the end of the day, if the money's right, then I mean, yeah, I can see him doing it. You know, I agree with you on that. If the money's right, that's where the man gonna go.
I'm getting told to check my Twitter DMs. What's going on, Charles? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, he sent it to me. It was one of the articles talking about Dr. Disrespect, which we did cover. I do. I mean, if I'm gonna put my prediction out there, I think Ninja's YouTube bound personally. So I think it
doesn't matter the money at this point. Doesn't matter if I am YouTube. If I am Ryan White, which is the guy from YouTube Gaming. Mm-hmm. I would go and negotiate with Ninja and say, yeah, how much do you want? You want 10 million? I give you one. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
I don't know why you're in that.
They do have the upper hand, you know, as they got a good staple right now. They have a better platform between them and Facebook. He doesn't really have the option of Twitch. So I can see where you're talking about as far as negotiating power. You know, he's in a place where he really needs, if he wants to continue his brand success, get somewhere that's going to continue to draw him some success. Is Facebook the place? You know, is the bag good enough in the long term, because that's a big bag up front, but is it a long term bag? With the bag last in a long term? And
it's just because YouTube Gaming is doing great even without Ninja, so they don't need Ninja. Yeah. They don't need to give all of that money to Ninja to pull up numbers because they are doing great.
Yeah. I see what you're saying there. They're not in a position of desperation to
Exactly.
claw their way up.
Yeah.
They're pretty much at the
Another
top
thing,
right.
guys. Ninja has 23 million subs on YouTube already right now.
So he's getting the money.
That's like, I mean, he already has a channel that's doing like super amazing, huge channel on YouTube. Does he have a presence on Facebook gaming at all? I don't think so. So, I mean, like all of these guys, all of these big streamers from Mixer, if they know what they're doing, they have a YouTube channel already to upload content. They already have followers and a huge audience on YouTube already from the get-go. It's not like they're starting from scratch on YouTube.
Right.
Like,
so the bag may be better up front for with going with Facebook, but the longevity may fall off steep, you know.
I don't know.
All your family.
Maybe to them it's worth it to go to Facebook and get a bigger audience there and keep uploading their Facebook stream highlights to YouTube, right? So
maybe.
Right? And that way they're reaching a whole new audience. So, I mean, if you're a big streamer like Ninja, you're paying somebody to do this math for you, right? So,
well, I don't think they'd be reaching a new audience. I think if anything, they'd just be pulling eyeballs from YouTube over to Facebook, and that's helping Facebook gain an audience, really, because there's
and vice versa. Yeah, exactly, vice versa.
That's why I was saying I could easily see them do a 2 or 3 year deal and say, do not put a non-compete in. This is the asking price. They get the money they want, and then they walk. I can easily see that be the case for them, because then, if like what Meg is saying, if they've already got 20 or 30 million people over on YouTube, then what they do is they say, thanks for the money. I'm going over here, and I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
It's all about long-term, them putting money in the bank for retirement. And I mean, you have to think about it. They're trying to take care of themselves and their family and anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, is it likely? You guys are right. But do not be surprised. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't be.
I can't wait till I'm looking at numbers like this. Like, what do I do? Take the 30 or the 10?
Right?
I was trying, even looking here, because
you get a good attorney, bro. You get a good lawyer.
Since I use Facebook gaming, I was getting ads a lot about a dude, and then I ended up trying to figure out who he was, because he recently signed with Facebook gaming. So he had zero presence on Facebook gaming. When I saw his page, it was like 20K likes or something. But he was a TikTok star with like 10 million subs on TikTok. So Facebook recently signed with him. And Facebook is putting out a lot of money to try to do that. But these top streamers, I don't think they're going to go nearly close to Facebook gaming just because of reputation.
Yeah, and their audience is more of a Western audience now.
True.
So it just wouldn't be a good look. You're then asking your fan base to deal with Facebook. Yeah.
I mean, it's just Mixer all over again. You're having to migrate to a platform people aren't really too familiar with.
Yeah. This is I love this discussion, by the way. This is
I have another thought-provoking one that goes into what we were talking about expansion with Facebook and with YouTube and Stadia and other regions. And I think this is a good one to think about, because we're all, one second. We're going for a we keep thinking about internet in the physical sense of what current infrastructure is, but internet is changing in a lot of these places, especially with 5G. And the one thing, and I wasn't so sold on this now, but now that I'm seeing some of the actual fruits of the tech, this whole it's not, is it Starlink? I'm not saying this right. What is the name of the satellite?
Starlink.
Starlink, that's right.
It is Starlink. If that takes off in the next 2.5 years, as they're projecting, and offers internet globally, and as low as 8 milliseconds of latency, that's what they're projecting. Forget about physical infrastructure. You just opened up every part of the world to internet to play games and to play stuff. Same thing with 5G. So again, all these things that we're thinking about in physical infrastructure and everything, that stuff is all about to change. I think here in North America, there's some scary signs that we're not going to get what we were promised, but in the rest of the world, it doesn't look like that. And especially if we're going to get satellite internet and it actually works as promised, from what they're saying with the science and the tech, oh my God, I can't even, that may make me go to satellite internet. And I wasn't even thinking about going that route. Elon Musk, man. Golly.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get one of them flamethrowers, man. What's up, love? What's up, bruh?
Not a flamethrower. It's the name of the product.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm
Let me
trying to get not a flamethrower.
Not a flamethrower. Let me shout out Blackie Ray, who must be up very late or early. Sending over. I always screw this up. Is it pence? Is that how they say cents in?
That's euro, actually.
That's euro. That's the euro sign.
Yep.
I don't know. Someone tell me. 0.99 of something. I appreciate it. Awesome.
Euro cents.
Euro cents. and in Canada, it's what, loonies? Is that right?
No, it's cents.
Oh, it is cents?
Well,
Okay.
our dollar is a loony.
It's a
A
loony.
loony.
And a
Our
toonie.
$2
There's also a
toonie.
Our
toonie.
$2 is a toonie.
It's a toonie.
What?
I learned
That's
that from
how we
How I
roll
Met
in
Your Mother.
Canada.
That is true.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Toonies?
That's right.
Yeah, a loony and a toonie. It's $3.
Can't make that up. God. Thank you for the super
Aren't we
sticker.
quaint? We're so quaint.
So how do you ask to borrow money, like specific money, or how much stuff costs? Let me hear like a transaction go down real quick.
Well, everything is something 99. But I'd say, do you got a toonie? A? Oh, where's my loony? It was right here.
Double.
Give me a double. I need a toonie for my double.
This is real conversation.
true.
This is Tim Hortons. Yeah, this is
I've
normal.
never-
A 24 double.
Keep talking.
I never
I'm finding
know.
something.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never known that they were called loonies and toonies.
Yeah, loonies and toonies. I wish I had one to show you. Our toonie is really cool. It's two colors. It's silver on the outside. Do you have one, Eddie? And then it's gold on the
Oh,
inside.
come on, show me.
And the loony has a loon on it. That's why the loony has a loon, an animal, the loon duck thing.
Is that a Doctor Who telephone booth?
No, actually, shit.
Oh, he just smashed his piggy
That is
bank.
a telephone booth, but not Doctor Who, just a regular telephone booth.
I was gonna say that's crazy, son.
And I do have Looney here.
Sir.
No, Ariel, it's IE. It's like it's not a Y, it's an IE. Yeah, that's a loony. Show the loon on it.
It's not
they're
gonna.
not-
Oh my
Bill?
god, Eddie.
It's not gonna focus. Fuck.
That's a loony.
And now I'm tripping now. So wait a minute. Is all your currency coin?
No. Just the loony and toonie, and then it goes to 5 and 10 bills. But our money is multicolored. There's the loon. See, look, it's the loon.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Who can do a loon sound? Ooh.
That was good. That was good.
Where's the toonie though? That's the fun one. Okay, he says 1 second. He's getting it. The toonie has 2 colors. See, and it's worth $2.
What is that? Is that a pig? A multicolored pig?
Do you have any bill? Do you carry cash, Eddie? Because our money is
No,
all
I
each
don't
bill.
have cash.
Like the $10 purple and the $50 red and the $20 green. Like everything is a different color. American money is all the same color. How do you
Is that
tell
20
what is what?
you call them
There's a
20
big
loonies?
number on it that tells you what it is.
Are those 5 loonies, 20 loonies, and 50 loonies? Like that?
No, those are dollars. Only
they call
loonies
them
and
dollars.
toonies. Only loonies and toonies for the coins. Yeah,
Oh,
you
the-
wouldn't say a 20 loony bill. Oh my God, come to Canada and try to talk Canadian. It's so funny.
Okay, cool.
There's the toonie. Look how cool, and it has a polar
Oh,
bear on
yeah.
it. It's so
Polar
cool.
bear, of course it does.
You guys don't have double colored money. Look at that.
I've
Show
actually
the
got a
queen.
$2
Show them the queen. Americans love the queen. There she is. Yeah, there she is. That's right. All hail the queen. And there's the quarter. So that's 25 cents. 25 Canada cents.
and with a moose.
Oh, that's all. That's all. Nice.
That's not a moose. That's an elk or a reindeer. I think it's a reindeer, isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause
And there's the queen. The queen's on everything at different ages.
wow. Is she now? Oh,
We love her.
ages, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
I'm a big Canada nerd. I'm not even ashamed to admit it.
That's cool. You're a Looney Tune.
Looney Toonies.
That's cool. I love it.
All right, Captain. What are we missing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Captain,
come on. I feel like we did a really good job there.
Yeah, we did. Come on.
Oh, what? Hold on. I've been trying to find this clip for like the last 10 minutes. I'm going to find it.
This better be good.
We don't have. Yeah, we got rid of our penny. Did America get rid of your penny?
Oh.
No,
We got rid of 1 cent because it's worthless. Nothing. If you can't buy anything, for a penny, why have it? So we got rid of it. Our smallest now is 5-cent nickel.
Really?
Yeah. So if something comes to like 97 cents, they round up or down, whatever. I don't know.
But
yeah.
So pennies weren't fun finding on the ground anywhere. Do you guys still find coins?
We find them, but they're worthless. We just throw them away.
Worthless.
I mean, you could stack five, like they're still accepted, but they don't make them anymore. And like the store won't give you pennies as change.
Like
they have
bill here. Like they don't make $2.
Yeah. We used to have a $2 bill before we got the toonie.
Okay.
But you guys just got rid of it and didn't replace it with anything.
All right, don't be trying to rush us off now, Brian. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, we are discussing currency. This is important.
This is about it. This is what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Cool, fine.
Where's my cash?
I did a little exchange for you, Knucklehead. This Canadian dollar here is called a loonie.
Yeah.
And this $2 coin, a toonie. True story.
It's federal currency, and you people talk about it like it's a Hanna-Barbera character. Not you people, Barney.
Exactly. Like what? What?
His face looked just like 6'4" when we said it. Is that how all Americans react to our loonies and toonies? Is with that face? Guys, money is serious business over here. Okay.
Totally.
I couldn't imagine. Oh man, I almost paid the bills. I'm just a few toonies off. I just need a few toonies, bro. Just to help me out, bro. Yeah, I just couldn't.
Exactly.
I'm done.
You got a loony for the bus, man. Come on.
I love
it. I don't know if you saw it, Meg, but Ariel thought that your currency was V-Bucks.
V-Bucks. Oh my god, that's hilarious. It's funny, when I first launched my channel, all my streams were called Earning V-Bucks in Save the World Fortnite. That was my theme. That's how I started. I grinded that.
Yeah. Any last things we want to talk about before we sign off here for the evening?
What? Oh wow, 3.5 hours.
It's been a great time.
How is that possible? This was a good one. This was a really good one.
I feel like it's been freaking forever though since we've been back here. There's so much that packed into these last 2 weeks. You remember, Brian, the message I sent? I was like, "Yo,
yeah, last week."
I was like, link, like to the StreamYard, you guys. We sent the links out to us and everything, and I'm like, "Yo, Brian."
I know that was so funny.
Everybody was ready to talk, man.
I was like,
I have so much to say. Let me tell you what.
I didn't went to Discord and shit. This motherfucker didn't drop the damn link. It's some bullshit, man.
Dropped on MySpace. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, I'm like, what's the deal? He's like, next week.
That was hilarious. I was dying. I panicked and then I laughed.
Like shit that
our next show will be the Friday before the Connect.
No way. Let me look at the calendar here.
It'll be on the 10th. We'll top off our predictions.
Yo, should we do this?
Should we move it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you've been doing the side missions. Let's do a freaking side mission.
Well, Eddie should plug what you're gonna be doing.
Yeah, Eddie.
Oh, I didn't know. My bad, brother. My bad.
It was in that same chat.
Actually, I have. I know you're busy,
we thought you'd be more interactive with us.
So,
I can.
It's all right. It's all right. So, actually, like a side mission on the Tuesday, because I know people have calendars and stuff, etc. So, me, Chase, and Kai, we had already freed our schedule. So we are going to be doing a live reaction to the Connect, and I already invited the whole TSI to be there as well. But only Brian has replied to it positively at the moment, and I'm still waiting for Mr. 64, Megatron X, and M2K.
Yeah.
I can. Now that I have a stable place, I can. Look, this is working great, guys. This is over the worst internet in Canada.
I'm your long lost cousin from the land of long talk. Okay, whenever you go live,
Number 432.
if you yeah, exactly. You drop the scrolls, Brian. Wherever you open the door, I will be there. You know what I'm saying? Hands out and speech in hand. So yeah, I'll definitely be there.
No, all right, chat. So there you go. Put it on your agenda, the 14th at noon. We're gonna go live, and the show starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
So we're gonna do like a 1 hour pre-show.
Yep.
How are we all gonna fit on the screen?
Google Meet.
All right, I got it.
Google.
Okay, he knows.
Good.
He knows.
Got it.
Yeah,
Hashtag
man.
Google Meet.
Ah, fancy. Does it
Hashtag
have green
4K
screen
stream.
stuff?
Oh.
Oh.
What?
It's not.
Does anyone have a 4K camera? Because I don't. Well, not
no, I don't. I don't think
But
so. No.
I don't have a 4K camera, but YouTube will do a 4K stream of the Connect.
Did they? The last one?
Oh, wow.
No, the last. Actually, they did.
Really?
Yep.
Speaking of which, I was
I was
disappointed.
shaking my head because I didn't think that they had, but they did.
Yeah, actually, they did because it was. Hey, we got a toonie.
Hey, there's a toonie from Chris.
Thanks for the toonie, Chris. We all know what $2 in Canadian means.
And yeah, so I can do green screen. I will do green screen, and I will do 4K. I am most positively sure that they did the connecting 4K, but
Yep.
I'll double check, make sure that it is properly. Otherwise, it's gonna be
Awesome.
1080.
I'll do my green nails again for the
Nice.
green screen.
And they look like shimmery gold right now.
I know. I wish they looked like this in real life. This is so cool.
Oh,
Invisible nails.
So you guys don't have pennies anymore? At all?
No.
No.
Pun intended.
No. Why? What can you buy with a penny? Why would it exist? It just weighs down your
Well,
pockets.
it's so you don't get all this random change. You can just get
Oh my
exact change and get the dollar back.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't use pennies.
No, but we round up so you can still do it with your nickels. It's even easier to get exact change. Oh my God, you America. I'm just kidding.
Border closed.
I love Americans. All my friends are
Well, aren't
American
you
now.
still American? Like, isn't it still North America?
Isn't
Don't even get me started. No one says I'm American unless they're from the USA.
I'm just saying, it's
I'm-
still North America.
I guess you're North
Forget
American.
about that
I'm
part.
North American.
Are you right? I don't want to be a part of y'all. Looney.
We're the
Looney
northern
Toony.
part of Brazil and all those other countries.
No, I'm on the south
You know.
side.
Yes.
We're all distinguishing. Yeah, Eddie just goes to either side. He literally flies right over you guys.
Wow. You should.
Yeah. He's like, hey.
No, I
That's
was
chill.
just laughing at the flyover.
The flight, yeah. America's lovely to fly over.
Well, that's horrible. So do we make this an American only podcast, guys?
No, guys.
It's like all North America and South America right now.
Blackie Ray with another. Someone tell me what that is. 2 pounds, 2
Euro?
euros.
2
2
euros.
euros.
2 euros. Thank you, Blackie Ray, with the €2 super chat, and Alakazam with $2 US.
America.
Alakazam.
America.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that can lead to some rough nights and some
Used
sore
in
jaws,
Life's
man.
credit card.
Yeah,
Personal experience.
be
He'll tell you
careful.
about it.
So just Black Ray said, sadly no Rumi, but Zuaklu.
I'm assuming that's slang for
I got nothing.
toonie. I think he
Yeah.
meant no toonie, but he put roomy.
Oh, that's true.
And then a Zwickel is Bavarian slang for, I'm assuming, $2 or 2 euros.
Probably.
That's what I'm gonna say, Blackie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thanks, Blackie. Blackie Tron.
So in the meantime, I was just quickly double checking here. Yes, the last connect was in 4K, but it was weird enough. It was not a premiere.
Yeah.
It was actually a video because people scrolled over while the connect was there and we were reacting. But let's see if this is gonna. I feel like this next one's gonna be a little bit different. I think like we're probably gonna go back to the huge white room.
Here's
Not people filming from home.
it's gonna be interesting. So you think they're gonna do it from the rooms again?
No.
You're gonna
No,
do like
after what they saw with PlayStation,
yeah,
I think they're gonna level up a little bit.
that's fair.
Level up, yeah.
Is California
Level
opened
up.
Does anyone know?
Super Saiyan.
California, what now?
Is California opened up? Does
Oh.
anyone know? 'Cause that's where they're all at.
Kindish. I remember Link saying that.
I know you
it
guys
is.
don't care about America, but I'm just asking.
I just got another alert here in Texas or in Houston.
Yeah.
Lockdown, stay in the house. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Like literally just an alert on my phone. You know how they push through messages. Yeah.
You got to remember as well that the EA event, it was like produced on studio and not at home. So
Yeah, that was good too, by the way. I was surprised.
there was some stuff interesting there.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't said some stuff was free to play, but that's just EA trying to get any penny or any Looney Tunes everywhere.
Speaking of Looney Tunes, Blackie was trying to say Toonie. He said he'll teach us autocorrection now. And Ariel representing Illinois. We just opened up here. We can now go to bars and restaurants inside, but I'm sure just like Texas and everywhere else, we're gonna start spiking up too. Because
Quebec opened up everything except for martial arts academies and concerts. But you can go to the casino now.
Yes.
I bet you can. And you get that money rolling back in the
Yes.
Yeah.
They're desperate. Okay. Yeah. Anything else before we sign off here?
Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad. Thanks for hanging
That
out.
was
Awesome.
off the rails today.
Awesome as usual.
And sorry we didn't really highlight as much as throughout the chat. We did have some hefty topics to talk about, so we kind of
we had a lot.
ran over it. Do apologize for that again. Again, next episode will be 2 weeks from today, which will be July 10th, 4 days before the Stadia Connect. As Eddie already mentioned, will be over on his channel once again for our live reactions. I know I'll be on location actually. I'll be in Colorado for that, so. Be interesting. It'll be 10
James has something to add, and I do want to add something to that connect. We'll hear something about other countries, but I'll leave for the next episode.
Yep. I just wanted to say to everybody in the chat, thank you for your awesome, healthy discourse as always. It's always appreciated, and it helps us all learn. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Healthy, respectful discourse.
And I was about to say, and being respectful, in discourse. Yeah. Because we may not agree doesn't mean we don't have to, get emotional and be disrespectful. So that was good.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I mean, put it well. I mean, you usually don't have very friendly arguments, but I think in this community specifically, you can have very healthy, as you say, discourse. I really didn't hear that word very often, but it's, I think, a much more positive word to use instead of arguing.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with having different opinions. I mean, otherwise, if we all literally had the same opinion, there's no reason to have 6 of us.
No point at all. Yeah.
So, all right. I think that will do it here for us here in the after show. Again, we appreciate your support. And then, of course, follow all these fine people here in this awesome podcast that we do every week. And then, again, Chase has some streams coming up tomorrow. Germani has some streams coming up tomorrow. And everyone else will all be elsewhere. Just follow our channels, subscribe, like everything, whatever. We appreciate the support. So, anything else, guys? That's it.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, guys. We will catch you down the road. Stay safe. Wash your hands, and have a good night. We'll catch you down the road. Thank you very much. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.